G'day everyone, how are we? Hope you're all well. Have I got my mute button off? I think I have. Can you hear me and see me okay? Phil the Maniac, he's trying to get another comment in, but he's been put on turtle mode. I've got turtle mode on again, everyone, so I can keep up with the comments because normally you can't. It's ridiculous. Thanks, YouTube. But Buck can't see can't keep up with all our messages. Yeah, that's right, mate. Like when you're sitting here trying to talk and I'm talking to the camera, I don't just sit there talking to the thing. Cannot keep up. And tonight I just want to keep up with the comments if I can. Marky Lavelle's on, 40 degrees down in Scone today. I'm going to have a drink, everyone. And guess what I'm on? Guess what I'm on? 31 days off the piss. I'm on a Coke Zero, everyone. Coke Zero. People, I get a lot of messages. Buck, are you missing drinking? No, I'm not. I'm going all right, guys. Doing it standing on my head. I find I'm getting a bit of a sweet tooth, but I'm in the fridge pinching a chocolate or something out of the fridge. So you got to be careful. You know, it's like smoking. People say when you give up smoking, you eat more. Well, when you give up drinking, I'm finding I'm looking for sweet things like ice cream and stuff. Therefore, I'm not losing any weight. So I've got to bloody watch what I eat, everyone. Coke Zero, yeah, mate. Be another 5 months yet before I have a beer. I'm determined to do it, guys. 6 months off the piss for me, and I've done a month now. And there's only a couple of times where I thought, I could go a beer now, and that was cooking a barbecue. So, yeah, no, going good. So another 5 months to go. I don't even think about it. I just think about the money I'm saving. I was getting the shits going into a bottle shop, paying nearly $70 for a 30-pack of beers. You just think, this is bullshit. How these blokes who drink bloody carton of beer every few days, I don't know how you afford it. You know, 30-pack of beer did me for nearly a month. But anyway, I used to have a sneaky vodka in between too. That's not cheap. So anyway, what I save in alcohol, I got more money to spend on King's gear now, everyone. I snuck into King's yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Snuck into King's. We'll talk about that soon. Who else is on? Jeff Keane down in Toowoomba. Steve and Annie are on. Hey, good news. Before I forget to say, Steve rang me up today. We had a quick chat, everyone. Steve, as you know, works at Woolworths in Kingaroy, everyone. The footy carnival that's on the 7th of March with Eden and Fecky's Angels and that, Steve spoke to his store manager today, who's going down to Roma soon. He's going to speak to the store manager of Roma, and Woolworths may be putting up some water and Gatorade and stuff like that for Eden's football team, everyone. So that'll be fantastic if that happens. So thanks, Steve. All it takes sometimes is just to ask something, isn't it? You know, they can only say no. Doesn't hurt to ask. Steve W's on up in the mother country. G'day, mate. Morning, Buck, and all from the mother country. Hope you're well, mate. We're going to do the weather report soon. We'll see what it's like up in Ascot, up in the UK. Hope you're well, mate. You and the family. Terry G's on. Not sure if bloody Andy Riches is on, or Scruffy Bollocks. Haven't seen Scruffy on for a while. Graham Whittaker. Paulie Martin was on a jetty the other day. Where was it? Streaky Bay, Paul. And it was windy. He's lost his buckaroony hat in the drink, everyone. And he sent me a photo of the Mr. Buckaroony hat, the cap, floating away into oblivion. I said, dive in and get it, mate. He goes, piss off, there's great white sharks in there. He said, I'm not going in. So he's lost his Mr. Buckaroony cap after all these years. Spewing, mate. Absolutely spewing. Does the Braveheart dude still shop at Woolworths, Steve? Does the Braveheart, that one's over my head. That's between Phil and Steve there, that one. Andy is on. G'day, Andy, up in the mother country. G'day, mate. Hope you're well. Andy saying g'day to Soar Adventures. So we've got a couple of poms on. 8:45. Sun, but high clouds. Oh, well, at least the sun's out, mate. 8:45 this morning. It's 6:50 here. I snuck on early because all the Mexi, all the Southerners, they were on early. They said, Buck, you got to come on early because we're falling asleep. We got to be in bed by 8 o'clock, they reckon, down there. Noel Lanes. G'day, Noel. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. The great Ramondo. G'day, Ray. How are you? Nathan Schilling again. G'day, mate. I was at Kingaroy Woolworths last year, and there was a guy dressed up like Braveheart with all the gear and makeup. Yeah, they're a bit strange out in Kingaroy, Phil, aren't they? There's some strange ones out there. So Phil was at Kingaroy seeing Stephen Eddie. There's a bloke in Woolworths dressed up like Braveheart. Oh, dear. It wasn't Steve, was it? It wasn't Steve at Woolies in his fancy dress. Winner, my white Russian is watching and says hello to Rafa. Oh, Winter. Winter the dog. I'm with you now, Jeff. Winter the white Russian is watching and says g'day to Rafa. Rafa's down by my chair. Actually, I'll get him and get him to say g'day. Come here, Rafa. Come here, mate. Come here, mate. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Up you come and say g'day to everyone. He said, g'day, everyone. He said, hope you're all good. He said, I was just having a little nap in the air conditioner. He said, it's been hot up here today, very muggy. And he said, I don't like the heat. He said, I like staying in the aircon with Dad. He said, their plates are on the way soon. Aren't they, mate? Hey? He said, say good day to Winner and say good day to Winnie and Jasper and Rory and Kenzie. Hey? There you go, mate. God, he's like when you pick him up, he's like a little wombat now. He's a little nugget. Yeah, so anyhow, Lukey Reed's on. G'day, Lukey. I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you in a minute, everyone. Lukey Reed sent me something pretty special. I'm going to show you in a minute. Lukey, you had a good chat with Lukey the other day. I had a couple of chats with Luke, actually. Luke's coming up to the bloody Barra Crab, everyone, in July. Marky, well, Uncle Mark saying g'day to Rafa. Andy saying g'day to Steve. Be good of you two diddly donks catch up one day. Have a meet up. I don't know how far apart you are. Where's Ascot to the north of London? Probably have to bypass London or whatever. It'd be good to see Andy and Steve have a catch up and say g'day. Same as John and Mike Blakely over in the United States. They were going to have a catch up. It didn't happen. But yeah, John and Mike want to catch up. Not only are they bloody members of the Buckaroony community, but they're also both ex-US Marines or former US Marines. John said there's no such thing as an ex-Marine. Once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. So, yeah, a former US Marine, I should say there. They'll be in bed, I think, the Yanks. I think the Yanks are counting sheep, the same as slacking up in Canada. I'll be surprised if I see slacking on. Dave's on, Camping Oz. G'day to you and Lauren. Hope Lauren's recovering well, mate. Lauren was in for an op there a little while ago. Hope Lauren's going okay. Hey, Brad Waite, you local to Caloundra or on holiday? Saying g'day to Brad. Where's Brad? Brad Waite. Hey, Buck from Caloundra. G'day, mate. How are you? Good part of the world, the Sunshine Coast. Getting a bit busy now, isn't it? The sunny coast used to be bloody beautiful. Brad, when I was a kid, mate, we used to go on holidays to Cotton Tree, which was a suburb of the Sunshine Coast. Auntie Gertie, Dad's eldest sister, my Auntie Gertie, they had a little bed and breakfast type thing there. And it was right across on Mount Cotton, not Mount Cotton, that's in Brisbane. Cotton Tree was the suburb, and it was bloody, is it the Maroochy River or whatever? Yeah, you used to go over the paddleboard, straight over, walk from Auntie Gertie's place over and go kayaking and that on the river. It was fantastic. It really was. Ascot, south of London. Yeah, that's right. I thought you were south and Andy's on the north side, mate. So anyway, hopefully if there's a ring road that goes around the outside of London, you should get on it and catch up somewhere. You wouldn't want to drive through London. It's bloody big city, that one, isn't it? Big fella. G'day, mate. Hi from a hot Bathurst. Yeah. It's hot everywhere at the moment. It's I I don't know what it was here today, 33 or something, but muggy. The humidity's kicking right in now, everyone. February and March suck ass up here. The humidity's shocking. I was in the shed today doing a secret project, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, and I was just sweating. This afternoon, before I just had to have a shower because I just could smell myself. It was just sweat. It was bloody horrible. So yeah, it's the old roll your undies up and down weather now. Marky Lavelle, you don't pull them up and down. You just roll your underpants up and down now with the sweat. It's pretty bad. Big fella saying 38 here, but dry. Yeah, I know. It's still 38's 38. It's still bloody hot, isn't it? Where was it? Some places getting close to 50 degrees the other day. That is bullshit. It doesn't matter whether there's humidity or not. That's hot. That is hot. 48's, 48.7. My God. It's, someone had a picture up of Earth, the sun, and Australia in between. That's what it was like. Steve and Andy, we've been getting some ridiculous hot temperatures down here, mate, in out in the outback type stuff. Just ridiculous heat. Like just too hot. Well, it gets hot in summer here, but when you're getting up around 50, that's bullshit hot. 38 to 40 out in Bark Alden today. Rowan lost his bloody dog the other day, everyone. He thinks it was heart failure, so his dog passed away in his arms. So sorry to hear that, Rowan, that your dog went, mate. Bloody nothing worse than losing your best mate, is it? So Rowan's only just moved out to Bark Alden. She'd be hot out there, as he said, 38 to 40. And lost his poor dog the other day. I said to Rowan, do you reckon it was heat? And he said, no. He said, I think his heart gave out on him. So, yeah, sad to hear that, Rowan. Bloody terrible, mate. Anytime you lose one of your pets, they're family members, and it hurts. It hurts like just losing any other family member. Mara Rowlands, g'day, Mara, saying g'day to Terry G. We'll do a few more. Greggy Campbell, I got your message, mate. Sorry, I was out in the shed today and the phone was inside. Greg rang me today. Greg is helping Jan out on the Shady Gear stand again, and there's a Newcastle caravan show on. How many caravan shows do they have around this country? There's a million of them. Anyway, Greggy's helping Jan out again, so I hope you're going well. Hope everything's good down there. Didn't they have a Newcastle caravan show late last year, Greg? And there's another one on. Unbelievable. Anyway, speaking of caravans, anyone heard what's happening with Zone RV? That's gone quiet, hasn't it? Haven't heard anything. They said, another update in January. Well, it's the end of January today, and don't know what's happening down there. Be interesting to see. Oh, bloody those influencers. I don't believe I said that word. That's a shit word. That pisses me off, calling YouTubers influencers. The YouTubers, who are they? Bloody, I forget their name now. The Feel Goods. I don't know. They were all worried there the other day. I reckon they might have been losing their caravan. I'd be interested to see what happens with them, whether the influencers have to hand their caravans back. It'd be interesting to see. Martini, Paul Martin saying 17 degrees down here in Coffin Bay. 17. Wow. Well, listen, on that note, I've done some shout-outs. Let's do the weather report. Bucks weather report. I should have the weather music going. Innisfail, far north Queensland, it is 6:59. I snuck on early, everyone. 6:59, Saturday night, the 31st of January, 2026. January's gone already, guys. Crew, shut up. That cat out there meowing. Feed me. Gosh, he eats and sleeps and just annoys me. And she's good at it. 7 o'clock on the dot now. At the moment, it is 26 degrees. It was hot today, guys. Hot and muggy. Overcast, bullshit. It's as fine as out there. Look, it's still daylight here, everyone. Still daylight. That's why we don't have daylight savings. It's still bloody light as out there. And be going dark soon. 26 degrees. We had a high of 31 today, lower 23, and high humidity. It doesn't say what the humidity is here, but it was hot. I was sweating all day today out in the shed, everyone. It was a bloody But anyway, it's good. It wasn't raining. Speaking of which, rain, and my last thing tonight is what pisses Buck off. Well, it happened today, and you'll find out. So stick around to find out what pisses Buck off. ORF. F. And it happened today, and it pissed me right off. Luckily, it wasn't raining. So, Innisfail. 7 o'clock at night, still 26 degrees Celsius. Toronto. It is 4 o'clock in the morning this morning up in Toronto. Slacken will be counting sheep as we speak. That's bullshit. Minus 14 in Toronto. Slacken will be under about 85 doonas, snuggled up. He's going, I ain't getting out of bed for nothing. You'd just call him sick every day, wouldn't you? If your alarm went off and you had to go to work, he's a bus driver for the Toronto City Council. You had to get up and go to work in that shit. You just call him sick every morning. Every morning, I'm sick. I'm not coming in. I'm not coming in until it bloody gets above 0 degrees at least. Minus 14. Currently at Toronto, 4 o'clock in the morning, minus 14. They've got a low of minus 17 and a high of minus 10. Their maximum temperature today is minus 10. Oh, how do you live in that shit, Mark? Dead set. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to get down to minus 17, probably just on dawn. And they're going to get to a nice steamy minus 10 today in Toronto. As Aussies, we can't comprehend that shit. Mind you, Slacken and Steve W. and Andy are probably up there in the Northern Hemisphere going, how do you put up with 48 degrees Celsius? That's like 180 Fahrenheit or something. It's bullshit weather. Just extreme weather everywhere, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, I'd go 48 Celsius over a minus 14 any day. I think I'd die in that. I'd just die in that. Bustleton. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon. They're 2 hours behind the East Coast. They're on normal Western Australia time. My daughter over there at the moment, sunny and 27 degrees, high of 31, low of 17. That's a nice day, isn't it? Sunny, 31, down to 17 at overnight. So that's nice sleeping weather. And the good thing about they get to 31 over there, no humidity, just a nice dry heat. That's a beautiful day over there in West Aussie. Guess who was in Bustleton the other day? I got a little video. Pete from WA Camp and everyone. Hey, Bucko, how are you, mate? And he pans the camera around, and Cam's in the other boat beside him. So Pete and Cam were at Bustleton, and they said, Lauren's just over there, mate. We're in Geograph Bay or something, and you could see the Bustleton jetty in the background. And Pete and Cam out having a fish. They didn't show me any fish, so I don't think they were getting onto any. So, yeah, Cam and Pete were probably doing a clip together or something, a fishing trip in their boats down at Bustleton. Beautiful part of the world. If you haven't been over to West Aussie, guys, go over and go down in the southwest, Bustleton and places like that. It's bloody beautiful. Margaret River. I could live there easily. Gets cold in winter, but it's a beautiful place. Denver, Colorado. It's Mike Blakely. It's 2 o'clock in the morning this morning, Saturday morning. 2 o'clock in the morning in Denver, and no temperatures. That happened last time. Denver was very cold last week. It wasn't far behind what Canada was. But so I've got no temperatures on Denver, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning over there. Mexico, 1:05 in the morning there, and I've got no temperatures there either. What's going on? Portland, over where John is, it's 1:05 in the morning. No one cares what the temperature is over there. They're all in bed, as you can see. See how it's dark, and that's America, everyone. You can see all the lights and everything. So you see America's in darkness at the moment on the world thing. Phil Weber over the ditch in New Zealand, in Auckland. It's well and truly gone dark there. It's 10 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock Saturday night. So New Zealand's 3 hours ahead of Queensland. That's Auckland there, the white dot, everyone. So you can see New Zealand's well and truly in darkness at the moment. And no temps. I don't know what's happening with the temperatures here. Melbourne, 8:05, an hour ahead of us. Sydney, no temps coming up, guys. What's this bloody... I'm giving this app a rap and it's failing on me. Launceston again. Oh, Lukey Reid, no temps. No temps down there. Just going dark down there, 8:06 as well. Adelaide, 7:36. Darwin, 6:36 Saturday night. They're half an hour behind Queensland. And Perth, which is the same as Bustle. And Brisbane, 7:06. No temps. See, there you go, everyone. It's still daylight outside. It's still daylight outside. There's Brisbane. Brisbane's in darkness at the moment, according to this. If you're in Brisbane, is it dark down there at the moment? Because Brisbane's a lot further east than what North Queensland, because Australia curves up, all right? That's why we don't want daylight saving up here, everyone. It's still daylight up here. And you imagine as you go further west, it's still daylight here. Brisbane's in darkness at the moment. Cool as cucumbers. Wanderer, is it dark? Is it dark in Brisbane at the moment? Has the sun gone down? Like, is it actually dark? Steve saying still see sunlight in Kingaroy. So you're a little bit further out west. So Steve can still see a bit there. Yeah, Phil, you got to get down to Tassie. It's bloody beautiful. Yeah, I'm at the Gold Coast, dark as 6 knots, dark as buggery down in the Gold Coast. So there you go. Every year, they haven't done it this year, but every year, the South Brisbane and the thing of daylight savings comes up because they want Brisbane and the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast to be on the same time as all you bloody Southerners. Well, and that's why I said they need to draw a line around the southeast corner, and that becomes part of New South Wales. Because let me tell you, people that live out west and up north Queensland, we don't want daylight savings because it's still bloody daylight here, everyone. It's still daylight. Yeah, there you go. Harvey Bay's dark at the moment because you're a lot further east. You have a look at a map of Australia, the eastern part, Brisbane, all New South Wales, that's where it bulges out. And then as you go further north, goes, well, I'm on the pointy bit there, guys. We're a lot further west than what you guys are, if you draw a straight line. So full moon over Gladstone. So there you go. Timmy Ryan saying full moon. Jenny Cameron. Jenny, we should be hearing something about your pizza oven very soon. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear. They were just tweaking and that. So everyone should have their prizes from the Christmas thing now. Jenny Cameron's pizza oven's still coming. They were still bloody designing it. I've got a, what do they call it, demo model. So, Jenny, we know about you. They did contact us and said it's going to be a delay. They're fixing a few little things on it, probably that sticky door and whatever. So when you do get it, it should be spot on. If you haven't received your prize from Christmas, if you won one, let me know. Body language, you get the rug. You should have the rug by now, mate. I think everyone else. Who won the I'm trying to decipher that. I've got shit everywhere. It doesn't matter. If you haven't received your prize yet, we know about Jenny Cameron's. The Townsville Chiefs one's arrived. Most of you should have received it by now. So pizzas at the Barra Crab, Jenny. Yeah. I think they do pizzas at the Barra Crab from memory, Rob. Brett from SMG's on, everyone. G'day, Brett. Been speaking of Brett a bit lately, and we were getting a bit worried about the plates, everyone. And finally, I think they're just doing the final boxing. They're about to all go doing the final quality control check on the Gidgee plates, and they're going to be on a ship very, very soon. So the plates we thought may not come off. It's happened. And speaking of plates, everyone, look at this. I got a parcel the other day from Lukey Reid. And what's Luke sent me? Look at that. The old original Skippy plate from Bessemer. Skippy plate and a Skippy cup. Who had one of them as a kid? That plate, everyone, that's a melamine plate. It's only small. The Buckaroony ones are going to be bigger than that. That's a melamine plate. And I had one of those. I got one when I was about 5 years old, and I had it for 50 years, over 50 years. My picture wore out on it. Okay, it was just a white plate by the end after 55 years or so. Mum threw it out. And I said, Mum, that was my Skippy plate. I know there wasn't a picture on it anymore, and I was spewing. Lukey Reed found that on eBay, everyone. And he said, I'm going to buy it for $1. It's secondhand, but there you go. That plate's over 50 years old, everyone. That's a melamine plate. Great little camping plates, and it's still got the Skippy picture on it. How good is that? I remember going into Auntie Lorna's, I think it was, when I was about 5 years old, and grabbing my brand new Skippy plate, and I had the thing for about 55 years. I grew attached to it. I think I had a cup. I can't remember. There's the Skippy cup that came with the plate. Those things are a collector's item, everyone. Steve Fuller's got one. Yeah, what's up, Skip? How good was that? How good was Skippy? Watching Skippy back in the 60s and the early 70s on TV. Skippy, he could fly helicopters. He could do all sorts of shit. Skip, he was pretty talented kangaroo. There you go. When you go past the Retro Cafe at Tyro, just south of Maryborough, everyone, go into the Retro Cafe for a coffee, and they've got a brand new one of those. Brand new one sitting on a shelf, and I thought that'd look good in my car. I should flog it, but being an ex-copper, I can't do things like that. Anyway, there it is there. Lukey, thank you so much, mate. I'm not going to use that, everyone. That's just going to be, yeah, as I said, I had that for 55, and that was what gave me the idea to do the Buckaroony camping plate set. When Mum threw me Skippy plate out, I thought I should do some Buckaroony ones. Anyway, thanks to Brett from SMG, it's coming off, everyone. Those melamine plates, if you look after them, everyone, as I said, I had my Skippy plate for 55 years. Maybe you guys can have your Buckaroony and raffle ones, and your kids will have them. Grab a set for your kids, and maybe in 50 years' time they'll go, that diddly donk, Mr. Buckaroony and his dog, they used to be on YouTube 50 years ago, and everyone will go, what's YouTube? Oh, it was a thing we used to watch back in the 2020s. That's how. Like I still remember the 60s. I still remember Dad dropped me off to kindy back in the late 60s, everyone, and hearing the Seekers and all these all the stuff on the radio on the way to work. Oh, some of them songs from the 60s. I remember listening to that shit on the radio. So I suppose a lot of you older people out there that are as old as me, Bradley Howe, you probably remember that too. So g'day, Brad. There you go, the Skippy plate and the Skippy cup, which are going to be little ornaments in the back now, and they'll be with me till I die now. So yeah, when the Buckaroony plates arrive, everyone, they are great camping plates. They really are. The melamine, they're bloody brilliant for the kids. They're light, they're easy to wash up, and the picture on them should last a lifetime if you don't scrub it with steel wool and scratch bloody steel knives and that across it. If you just use it to make sandwiches or put a sandwich on or put a bloody bit of stew and rice on there for when you're out camping, use a spoon or a plastic spoon even, they'll last a lifetime. And as I said, that plate there was made in Australia. Can you believe that? Back when we used to make shit. That plate was made in Australia by a company called Bessemer. I thought it was Tupperware, but Tupperware did plastic stuff. Bessemer was the company that did that. And there you go. That shows you how long these melamine plates can last, everyone. The old Skippy plate. Lukey found one on eBay. I saw one on eBay too, and I was going to buy it. It was $90 or nearly $100, and I thought, nah, they're taking the piss. Lukey got that a lot cheaper. I said to Luke the other day, please tell me you didn't pay $100 for that, mate. And he said, no. He said, I got it for $15 or $20 or something. $15, and I think the cup cost him $20. So thank you, Lukey. He got into a bit more over it, but that's not in bad nick. for something over 50 years old. The picture's still on it. Absolutely fantastic. Next time you go into an antique shop, everyone, bloody keep an eye out for that. If you see an old Skippy plate, buy the bloody thing. They're a collector's item. They're older than some of you people in the chat there. How good was Annette from the Mickey? Yeah, I know. I had the hots for someone in the Mickey Mouse Club. It might have been Annette. One of the girls in the Mickey Mouse Club when I was a young fella, I had a crush on her. I should remember that. Remember the live feed I did when I did all the boys' crushes from the thing, and there was I Dream of Jeannie and Catwoman and all that type of stuff. Yeah, that Annette from the Mickey Mouse Club, she was another one. And I'll tell you another one I had the hots for when I was a young boy. Clancy out of Skippy. Remember the blonde girl? She was a pommy girl, actually. Clancy out of Skippy. I had the hots for young Clancy. I think Sonny did too. Anyway, all good, Buck. Thanks, Lukey. You're a bloody legend, mate. And that's the type of people we got in this community, everyone. Just absolutely incredible. Now, listen, let's get on to some serious stuff. Wanderers having a crack at Greggy Campbell there. Phil McCavity, you still off it? But yes, mate. Yeah, I am. Coke Zero, mate. No rum in that. 31 days, mate. I had my last drink on the 31st of December at about 10 p.m. I had my last drink, and I haven't touched a drop since. So, yes, Phil, I am off it, mate, and I'll be off it for another 5 months at least. My first beer will be at the Barra Crab. That's when I'm going to crack my first beer, is at the Barra Crab in 6 months' time. So there you go. You heard it first. So if you see me staggering around, crashing into gum trees and shit, I've probably had 2 beers and I'll be off me face on 2 beers because I haven't drunk for so long. Yeah, so there you go, mate. I'm on the Coke Zeros. And you know what? I'm doing it easier than what I thought. I thought I'd be struggling by now. I cooked a barbecue the other night, and I thought I could go a beer about now. It's the little trigger things, eh? But if you keep busy, and I knew when me and Gidgy came up from Brisbane, haven't heard from Gidge for a while. We're not talking at the moment, me and Gidge. We had a brother's tiff, everyone. Gidgy told me to go and get fucked, so we're not talking. But it'll be right. We'll come around. We've had a couple of them. Brothers always do that shit. So, and I hope Gidge is still off it too. He was. That's what we bloody had an argument about, actually, without going into it, was about being off the grog. And anyway, we had a bit of a bloody disagreement over something. So, but yeah, as far as I know, Gidgy's still off it too, and I am 31 days today and going well. Have I lost any weight? No, because I'm eating more sweet shit. I find myself in the fridge going, oh, ice cream, oh, chocolate, bloody this, that, biscuits, have a cup of tea, have a biscuit with it. So the weight I'll be losing for no alcohol, I'm bloody eating sweet stuff, staying away from Maccas and all that garbage, everyone. But yeah, I just need to watch the sweet. This is fizzy shit. Should have just had a water. I should have just bloody got to watch how much sweet stuff I'm eating. So I've just got to watch that now, and then hopefully I'll watch a few kilos. Got to get under 100 kilos. I can't crack it. Drinking ton beer. No, won't be drinking ton beer, that's for sure. Hey, how concerning was it? They had I don't agree with the march they were doing. They were doing what was it called? Invasion Day thing in Perth, and some arsehole threw a pipe bomb in amongst them, and thank goodness it didn't go off. And I don't know if you've all watched Big Chocky or whatever his name is on thing. He comes on and has a rant, and I agree with 99.9% of the stuff he comes up with. He's got his head screwed on right, that bloke. And that's what he said. He said, I don't agree what they were marching about and all that shit. But he said, no one in this country deserves to have a pipe bomb thrown in amongst them, no matter what they're protesting about. We're all Australians. We all have different opinions. Thank God that pipe bomb didn't go off. I hope they caught the arsehole that threw it in there. And if they did, he should be doing a long time in prison, that bloke. Yeah, so not good at all. And there was another one there. This you can put this in what pisses Buck off. I'm an ex-copper, guys, and I'm pretty critical when I see police on YouTube and I think I wouldn't stand for that or whatever. As you know, I was a cop for 6 years, and I just didn't tolerate. I was good to good people, and I didn't tolerate shitheads and people blatantly breaking the law. I was pretty tough on the shitheads, and I didn't go out of my way to pick on good people. I used to, ping someone speeding, and you could tell they're decent people. They're a couple of K over, 10 or 11 Ks over. A lot of the time I'd let them off with a warning and all that type of stuff. I just treat good people like they should be treated, but I was pretty harsh on shitheads. But the other day, there were two coppers in the mall in Brisbane, and this little bitch came up to someone and assaulted this lady and called her a white C. The coppers turned around and some guy goes, "Hey, just walk the other way, will you?" It was a Australia Day people with an Aussie flag, and the Invasion Day people must have crossed paths. So this little bitch came up, and you heard her. She threw a punch at the lady from memory, and then called her a white C. And one of the blokes said, "Just go away, will you? Just piss off." The coppers saw it happen, and you could see the bloke. They turned around and walked the other way. I thought, you weak pieces of shit. If that was me, public nuisance at a bare minimum. Walking up, you want to press assault charges against this piece of shit here? No, I don't. All right, well, you're going for a public nuisance. I'm going to arrest you for public nuisance. Yelling out the C word in public, starting a fight. That's enough for public nuisance, everyone. Whether the lady wanted to make assault complaint or not is up to her. But I would have said, I just saw her hit you. You want to make an assault complaint? No. All right, you're under arrest, public nuisance. Get her out of there. Get her off the street. She's obviously causing trouble. And the police turned their back and walked the other way. I thought, you weak pieces of shit. And I saw a thing on Chocky's channel the other day. A copper has come out and has been told by senior people that they're to bloody turn their back on that type of stuff and not pick on the left-wingers and all that. And if that's true, it's disgusting. It pissed me off. I thought, you weak pieces of shit. If that was me and I saw that, I would have been straight over there sorting that one out. But no, they're turning a blind eye now, the coppers, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough. If anyone's going to be critical of the cops, it'll be me, because I used to be one, and I think I'm entitled to do that. The Minneapolis shooting, we're going to get onto some good stuff soon, everyone. We'll get the bad stuff out. The Minneapolis shooting, how bad was that? Hey, John's on from bloody, what are you doing out of bed? It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, mate. 1:30 in the morning or something. And John's out of bed. He must have heard his alarm bell go off going, Buck's live. I'm getting out of bed and I'm going to go and watch him. Well, we just did the weather report, mate. And it didn't give me a temperature over there in Oregon. It was about 1:30 or 2:30 in the morning. So I don't know what you're doing out of bed, John. He might have got up for a tinkle, everyone. He might have got up for a tinkle, and he's checked his phone and gone, Buck's on. So anyway, Buck for Prime Minister. I'd love to have a crack at it for a while, mate. Just a week. Prime Minister for a week. And I'll tell you what, I'd straighten some shit out, let me tell you. I'm going to have another rant. We just gave the Taliban, Afghanistan, who were run by the Taliban, who we were at war with up until recently, we just gave them $50 million. What? I hope there's no kids on, everyone. What the fuck for? Why are we giving Afghanistan? We've given them, and I've written it down here because I was going to have a rant about it. Sam Bamford, young ex-army lad, he's very good, very, very outspoken. He's going to get shut down soon. I think he goes after Albo and all them really hard. He's brutal. Since 2021 or something, we've given $310 million to the Taliban who run Afghanistan. Why? A country that can't stand us. We're over there fighting with them. We're fighting. The Taliban were our enemy a few years ago, and we are still pumping. We just handed $50 million over to them again. What for? That 310 million, imagine what they could have done with, we could have pumped that into rural fire services, health, education, nursing homes. Pump it into nursing homes, get more nursing homes up and running. There's a million things we could have done with $310 million, and we're giving it to the Taliban in Afghanistan. Can you believe that shit? This country is out of control, and the government need to rein it in, everyone. You know what? We're nearly $1 trillion in the hole. The interest we pay on that is the equivalent of our whole defence budget for a year. So we're paying on, because they've just spent like drunken sailors, the interest we're paying on our $1 trillion deficit to pay back, the interest is per year is the same as the defence budget. There you go. Don't tell me our politicians aren't mismanaging this country. Shit. This stuff is making me sneeze. It's bloody making me, it's fizzing up. It's shit, isn't it? When I had rum in it never made me sneeze when there was rum in it. Never went up my nose when there was rum in it. It's just when there's no rum in it. It's no good for you unless there's rum in it. Anyway, I'm off the rum. Stop talking about it. Anyway, what else can we talk about? That Minneapolis shooting. Now, how'd the Second Amendment turn out for that bloke? He was carrying a gun, the bloody idiot. He had a loaded Sig Sauer 9mm handgun on his hip, and he was licensed to carry it. Second Amendment, you know what the Americans are like. They're allowed. They've got a Second Amendment. And he was doing everything right. But why does anyone go to a protest march with a loaded firearm? It's just asking for trouble. Well, he got it because they saw it on his hip and shot him 10 times. To me, it looked like it was nothing short of an execution. He didn't have the gun out. He wasn't pointing it at anyone. That was bad. That was bad, that one. I thought the first one was bad. This one was worse. But the bloody idiot, it's preventable. The lady in the car, you know, she could have prevented that shit by not even turning up and causing trouble. And same as old mate. You definitely don't turn up to a protest march with a loaded weapon. But the other side did. They were turning up with loaded AR-15s and that, weren't they? During the insurrection and all that type of stuff. People turn up the peaceful protest march with loaded AR-15s. It's their right to carry it. It only takes someone to do the wrong thing and a lot of people can die. Just crazy. The guy didn't deserve to die, but friggin' hell, why he had a gun on his hip and the copper that shot him, like, I don't know. It just, to me, it looked like a friggin' execution. The gun was on his hip. Someone grabbed it. One of the coppers grabbed it off his hip and walked away with it, and then they pumped about 10 into him. There. So anyway, it's this, yeah, really good. Hey, how about this one? I'm going to do a poll. Start a poll. Do you agree? Do you agree with singing the NA national anthem at school again? Start poll. NA national anthem, everyone. So the Northern Territory has just brought in that from now on schools, public schools, not private schools, public Northern Territory schools are going to start putting the flag up the flagpole and singing the national anthem in the morning. Personally, I'm all for it. That's what we used to do as kids. Don't know if it was every morning, but once a couple of, no, it might have been every morning out at Surat because I used to play the drum. I was on the drums for the national anthem. So there you go. The school band, I was on the kettle drum, the snare drum. I used to do a bit of a snazzy thing at the end. So we used to do it. We were brought up putting the flag up. Back in our day, the national anthem was God Save the Queen, everyone. It's now Advance Australia Fair. But anyway, do you agree with our school kids now putting the flag up the flagpole and singing the national anthem in the morning? At assembly, they used to call it. Bloody oath, I reckon they should. And it looks like 98% of yous are saying that it's a good thing. Good on your Northern Territory for doing that. The Chief Minister, whoever you are, well done. Getting a bit of pride back in our country. Isn't it good to see? And it's good to see that whoever made the decision, that people are, oh, we find this offensive. Bullshit. If you find it offensive, stiff shit. Who cares? It's our country. A lot of our soldiers died under that flag, fighting for that flag. And I think the least we can do is put it up a flagpole. I got a phone call one day. I used to be you've probably heard this one. I used to be the adopt-a-cop. Kane Higgins, you diddly-dong. I used to be the adopt-a-cop at East Innisfail State School. It's a state primary school. A lot of Indigenous kids in that there. Anyway, back in the day when primary school went to grade 7, everyone. So the grade 7 kids were responsible to put the Aussie flag and the 2 Indigenous flags, because in the Queensland schools here, they fly the Australian national flag on the highest thing, and then the other 2, they have the 2 Indigenous flags. I think it's fantastic because we have a lot of Indigenous kids in our schools up here, especially in North Queensland. A lot of Torres Strait kids, a lot of Aboriginal kids, and I think it's fantastic. They always fly the Aussie flag and the 2 Indigenous flags at all the schools up here in North Queensland. Anyway, someone said, mate, he rang the police station, just joking around, said, I think there's some problem at the East Innisfail Primary School. I said, why? He goes, the Aussie flag's upside down. They're in distress. So I was the adopt-a-cop. So I went around there and I saw the principal. And anyway, I went around and did a flag presentation to the Year 7 kids for a couple of years. And I showed them how to put the Australian national flag up the flagpole and unfurl it. The way you pull it up the flagpole wrapped up, and then you pull on the thing and it unfurls at the top of the flagpole, the way we used to do it in the military, everyone. So I used to teach the kids how to furl the flag, how to fold it correctly, and then how to wrap it up, put it up the flagpole, and then how to take it down correctly when school finished in the afternoon. Never let the flag hit the ground, drape it over your shoulder and all that type of stuff. The only thing they didn't have to do is salute like we used to have to in the army. So I taught the kids how to do that. It was good, and they found it bloody really, really good. Greggy Campbell saying you see the 3 flags in Newcastle. I know there's a lot of people out there going, there's only one national flag. Yes, there is. It's the Australian national flag. But I don't think it hurts to fly the other 2 as well, especially up here in the Northern Territory and North Queensland, where we have a high Indigenous population. I know a lot of Southern people. What are we flying that shit for down here? That's because you don't see Indigenous people down around where you live. People in Melbourne and Sydney, unless you're out in the western suburbs, maybe. How many of you see Indigenous people? We see them all. We live with them up here. They're a big part of our culture up here in North Queensland. You go to any of the schools here in Innisfail, half the kids at school will be black. They're Indigenous kids. And that's why we fly the 3 flags up here. They're recognised flags under the Australian Flags Act. And the people who always go on about Albo never has the Australian flag flying. Yes, he does. It's always the Australian national flag and the 2 others. It's just whatever the camera angle is at the time. Albo always stands in front of the Australian national flag. It depends on what media outlet it is and what angle the camera's on. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. Just built a single flagpole in Maitland for just under 120,000. What? A flagpole. I've got 2 outside my house, everyone. I banged 2 6-foot star pickets in, and then I went and got a 4.5 metre piece of round aluminium pipe, and then I've got a couple of flag mounts at the top of it. A company called Flag Wicks. If you buy a flag off them, they give you the mounts that go around the round pole. And so I've got the red ensign flying at the moment, the Australian red ensign, and I've got a camouflaged, it's like an army camo Aussie flag flying on the other one. And you know what I did it the other day at Bunnings? I got 2 solar spotlights and I've zip tied them to the pole, because if you're going to fly the Australian national flag at night, you've either got to take it down at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or the flag should be illuminated. If you want to fly the Australian flag at night, it should be illuminated. That's in flag protocol. If you look up Australian flag protocol, that's one of the protocols. If you're going to fly the Aussie flag at night, I used to fly it at night. I couldn't be bothered pulling it down every day. So I've got some spotties now, solar spotties, and at night when the sun goes down, which it's just gone dark now. So those lights will come on and they shine up the flagpole, and when the wind's going, you can see the white stars on the Aussie flag, and that looks bloody good at night. It looks really good. I had a few toots of the horn as people drive past. It's good. So we have to fly the Kiwi flag in Logan. Yeah, heaps of Kiwis there. Good stuff. Yeah, so it's good. You know, I love how the Americans are. They all proud of the stars and stripes, and I know the Poms are proud of the Union Jack, or the Union flag is its proper name, but the Union Jack. And yeah, hey Rob, how are you? Snorky's on, everyone. Rob's on saying g'day to John over in Colorado. Good stuff. Saying g'day to Lukey Reed, Andy Riches. Thanks for tuning in, Rob. Good to see you on, mate. Hope you're well. Haven't had a chat with Rob for a little while. So yeah, the flags. I think it's fantastic. 99% of you. Here we are. We'll finish that poll now. I think we knew that. End poll, 99%. 1% said no. Who's that diddly donk? Someone out there reckons that you shouldn't have to the Northern. Well done to the Northern Territory. Will the other states follow suit? I reckon if any state follows suit, it'll be Queensland. I think Queensland may. Chris Foley, I think he'd be all for it. Our Premier, I think he'd be all for it. So whoever the Chief Minister is, John, if you're watching, our states have premiers. You have governors over there. Our states, we have Prime Minister, and our states have premiers. But our territories, the Northern Territory and the Australian Capital Territory, have a Chief Minister because they're not a state. They're called the Chief Minister. So whoever the Chief Minister is of the Northern Territory, it's a female. Good on her. Good on her. And she would have copped a bit of backlash over it, but bloody bring a bit of pride back. Fly that Aussie flag with pride. Yeah, put the Indigenous flags either side too, especially in the Northern Territory. High population of Aboriginal people. Not so many Torres Strait Islanders over there, but Indigenous people, huge population. So absolutely fly the Aboriginal flag alongside the Australian flag. But the Australian national flag, that one there, will always fly in precedence, everyone. Always. Okay, and when people see the three flags, you'll always find that the Australian national flag flies in precedence. If the three flag poles are the same height, the Aussie flag will be, depends on, if you're looking towards the flags, the Australian flag will be on the left-hand side. If there's a tall pole in the middle and two shorter poles on the outside, the Australian national flag will fly on the highest flagpole, and the Indigenous flags or the state flag, whatever it may be, or the territory flag. Big lookout at Alice Springs. You go up on, there's a big hill there, and there's a lookout there, and they've got the Australian national flag, the flag of the Northern Territory, which is a beautiful looking flag. I love it. The red ochre. It's the only state flag or territory flag that doesn't have the Union Jack in it, is the Northern Territory. So you've got the Australian national flag, the territory flag, and the two Indigenous flags flying up on this big lookout that looks over Alice Springs. Bloody really, really good. If you ever go out to Alice Springs, I forget the name of the lookout now, guys. It's fantastic. It looks really massive flagpoles too. Really, really good. So well done to the Northern Territory. Dingo cull. We spoke last Sunday about the dingoes on Fraser Island, the young girl. They still don't know whether the dingoes killed her or whether she drowned first. We're hoping she drowned first. No one knows. Anyway, they've already culled that dingo. There's a pack of 10 of them. 6 of them, I think, the next day got put down. How, I don't know. Probably a small lead ball in the right ear from a 7.62 millimeter rifle. So, yeah, that dingo mob, because the very next day after that young Piper James, the young Canadian girl, apparently that same pack of dingoes had a crack at a guy on the beach fishing. So the rangers went, can't have this, and they put him down. So it's unfortunate, isn't it? It's unfortunate. They're never gonna stop people going to Fraser Island. it's a real shame. But if you've got wild packs of dingoes starting to turn on people, then that's that's just what has to happen, unfortunately. And hopefully we can start doing the same with crocodiles and sharks. Another shark off Manly Beach today. They had to close Manly Beach in Sydney. Another shark coming right close to the beach. They're out of control, the sharks. The numbers of sharks off Queensland at the moment on drum that they're catching on the drum lines has gone through. I was reading it on the internet the other day, threefold. They reckon the people who go out and get the sharks off the drum lines, which we do here in Queensland, we kill sharks up here and catch them, and that's why we don't have as many shark attacks on our beaches, and we've got shark nets too, is bloody, what was I going to say? Yeah, they reckon 3 times. They're getting 3 times the amount of sharks on the drum lines at the moment. What's bringing the sharks in closer? I don't know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Let's have some more bloody Phil the Maniac. He's on there. Good to see you on, Phil. We haven't seen you for a while. Hope your mum's well, mate. Hope your mum's going good. Phil's dear old mum is the exact same age as Roz's mum. 94 or something, Phil, are they now? Born on the same day. Wow. And they're still both going. They're both going strong. Well, I went past the local footy club house here recently, and they only had the Aboriginal flag up and not the other two. I think that's crap. Yeah, I do too, Phil. They should have. If you're going to fly the Aboriginal flag, by all means, but put the Australian national flag up as well. Okay, yeah. And up here, I know down south, the Torres Strait Island flag, a lot of people don't even know what it is. Lady come past my camper trailer, me and Roz's camper trailer, up at Punsan Bay one day. No, we weren't. We were at Fruitbat Falls. We were camping right near Fruitbat Falls. There's a camp area there up in Cape York. And this lady walks past and she's like looking, what's that flag? I just went, where are you from? She goes, Victoria. I said, yeah, typical. I said, it's the Torres Strait Island flag. Felt like saying, I can go back to school and do some homework. So you ignorant prick. Anyway, yeah, like did the old, what's that flag? If you're an Australian and you don't know the two Indigenous flags, the Aboriginal flag and the Torres Strait flag, there's something wrong. There's something wrong somewhere. We had Jace Muller, we had a 92-year-old competing in her 100th park run today. What an amazing effort. Wow. 92 and still out doing park runs. Good on them. Oh, and it was a female. Good on her. Wow. I'd like to know what she puts in her water. How good is that? Absolutely fantastic. Will we still be around when I'm 90? I doubt it. I'm 60 now and I feel like I'm 85. Like my body has been through the ringer, everyone. My back is rooted. My lower back is rooted big time. I was out working on the trailer today. We'll talk about that soon. And every time I got up off the floor, it was like, my God, I need a grease nipple on my lower back so I can get a grease gun and friggin' grease it up. That's what we need as we get older. We need grease nipples, everyone, so we can lube. You need a grease nipple on your lower back, one in each shoulder, and one in each knee, and one in each ankle, and one in the base of your neck, so you can squirt some grease in and start moving around. That's what we need. The big fella, when he made us upstairs, he failed. He should have put grease nipples on us, especially if you're ex-army. We definitely need grease nipples to get us working again. Got to go. Kylie Jemison. See you, Kylie. Rob's mum. Early start tomorrow. No worries, Kylie. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight's just a bit of a bloody mixed all bag, everyone, or just all bag. That sounds like something else. A mixed bag. I don't know why I said all bag. Sounds very close to something else. Now, I mentioned Sam Bamford and $310 million to the Taliban. Like, maybe we need to start going to our local member and going, why? How do you stop it? As taxpayers, we should be able to say, enough of this shit. Stop giving our money away to countries that hate us. It's not on. They keep doing it. It's our bloody money they're giving away. Start spending it on health or something. Spend it on Australians. That's what Sam was saying. Spend it on Australians, not bloody Taliban probably going bloody buying more weapons with it for their next war. Who knows what they're doing with it? But it shouldn't be coming from us, that's for sure. How's this? How's the defence of this country? Some Indonesians just rocked up in Cape York on a Rocco Island, which is just off the tip of Queensland. Like, it's right in there. It's in past Thursday Island and Prince of Wales Island. It's right near the Australian mainland. There's a private island there called Rocco Island. Indonesian fishermen have rocked up, run out of water, parked their boats on the beach, their old wooden bar that have come over from Bali somewhere, parked their boats on the beach and walked up to the bar and said, "Oh, can we get some water off you? And we're a bit thirsty. We might have a beer while we're here." And they came in, walked up onto Australian territory, and I'm not talking a remote island somewhere. This island is swimming distance to the tip of Queensland. And they bloody walked up and asked for water, and the people went, "Where are you from?" Must have said, "Where are you from?" "Oh, we're Indonesian fishermen." So they've gone, yeah, well, you fill your water jerrys up and, blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, they're ringing Border Force and saying, we got Indonesian fishermen here on our island, and they've got in here from Bali, all the way from Indonesia, past all those Australian islands, and got in here, and Border Force did not pick it up. What are they doing up there? What is our border? Are they working from home, are they? Border Force must be working from home because they're not defending this country. No Navy picked them up. None of our patrol boats picked them up. The Border Force patrol boats didn't pick them up. Our supposed, all these drones that we, billion-dollar bloody Reaper drones and that we've got surveilling Northern Australia, satellite, nothing picked them up. How do they get in here unchecked? That is concerning. If Indonesian fishermen can come in their wooden boats and just rock up on an island that's only a few kilometres from mainland Australia unchecked, imagine what Chinese special forces or something could do. Imagine what they could do when they don't want to be seen. Unbelievable. You just got to shake your head. And that's what I keep saying about this country. We are cooked, guys. We're doomed. We've got nothing. Absolutely nothing. If we ever go to war, we're in deep shit. I hope you all realise that. I hope you realise that if we ever get into another stoush with a big country to our north, it's not going to be pretty for us. We're going to get our ass handed to us. We've got nothing. We can't even stop Indonesian fishermen in little wooden boats rocking up unchecked. It's concerning. Righto, enough of that shit. Hey, another one too. Robbie Katter, everyone. I'm a Katter fan. And I wrote this down because I agree with him, and so did my dad, like 40-something years ago. I remember as a kid, couple of elbows, mates. Yeah, probably. Working from home. Yeah, well, where are they, Jenny? Border Force. They should be up there patrolling. We should have Navy patrol boats and Border Force patrol boats non-stop up in the Torres Strait and the Arafura Sea in North or Western Australia, stopping that shit from happening. They rocked up in northern Western Australia a couple of years ago at Beagle Bay. They rocked up in Beagle Bay. And the Indigenous community in Beagle Bay, north of Broome there, up in the Kimberley, and they rocked up, run out of water and all that, and the locals looked after, gave them some water and whatever at Beagle Bay. They're all there sitting around. Next thing, these Asian-y looking people walking through the community, they're all going, "Where are you from?" "Oh, Indonesians. We just run out of water. You got any water?" So it happened in Beagle Bay, and now it's happened at Rocco Island, which is right near the tip of Queensland, guys. They had to go past Thursday Island and all those popular islands to get to Rocco Island. And the Torres Strait Islanders are up there going, "We got bloody wooden boats rocking up here. Where's Border Force?" Border Force finally got their ass up there and detained them, but it wasn't until I got a call from the locals going, we got Indonesians walking around on our island. What's going on? That's how useless we are, everyone. Anyway, my dad used to sit there watching the news, and I remember him saying to me, if we don't do something about water in this country, we're rat shit. We need to start building dams. We need to start doing something about water. Well, when's the last dam got built in Queensland? I think it was the Hinds Dam. It's a long time ago. You can't build a dam now because it might interfere with some three-toed gecko that no one's heard of, and the greenies stop it. They were going to build a dam down the Mary River. That got stopped because of environmental type stuff. I understand the environment's got to play a part in this, but we need to start building dams, everyone. We need to start catching our water. And Robbie Catter was out in a town called Emerald the other day, which is inland from Rockhampton. Beautiful town. That's where Maria and Roberto Nobili are living now. Hinds Dam got upgraded a while back as well. Okay. Yeah, so the Hinds Dam was about the last. Yeah, Joe built a lot of dams. We need water. We're the driest, besides Antarctica, everyone. Australia's the driest continent in the world. We need water. Sometimes we get too much of the shit. Other times we don't get enough. Ask South Australia. Ask the people that lived in Stanthorpe a few years ago, and they had to start trucking in drinking water. They ran out of water. The town ran out of water. There's a lot of towns like that. We need to start building big dams up here in North Queensland, and we need to start piping the water to where it's needed. We need to keep our rivers running, the Murray and all that. Keep water running through there. Robbie was there and said, I just come from a little town of Richmond. And he said, Emerald used to be the same size as Richmond. And they built the Fair, probably after 50 years ago, built the Fairburn Dam outside Emerald. And now Emerald is a thriving, large inland town with everything you can possibly need out there. Got Macca's and, all your stores, super cheap, and probably got a Bunnings and all that. And Robbie said the reason this town has grown and become a nice big inland town, almost a small city, is because we've got water here for it. We can support it from the Fairburn Dam with water. So we've got plenty of water for them. We need to start doing that inland. And then some of our inland towns like Roma and all these other Longreach and all these other places, maybe we can start expanding and stop building up our big cities that are already overpopulated, and people can we can expand our inland towns. More people move out there, more employment opportunities, okay? More farming. We can start farming more. But without bloody water, we can't have crops. And if we've got more water than we can, the wet season up here in the north, if we can pipe that bloody water down into some big dams down south somewhere, imagine the cotton crops and the wheat crops and all that type of stuff, the fruit and vegetables and that we can start growing inland. All you need is water to do that, okay? Oh, once again, we should have started this shit 50 years ago, like my dad said. Dad was calling it 50 years ago. Got to start building dams, mate, for our farmers and that. We got no water inland. We need to start building dams and piping water inland and expanding our inland towns and that. Dad's wasn't a bloody brain surgeon or anything, but he knew what was needed out there. So what do you reckon, guys? Rockwood Weir near Rockhampton completed in 2023. Rockwood Weir. What was the big dam they built, and they stuffed the wall up and they've got to rebuild it? The whole wall, I reckon, is structurally unsound. Dwayne Duffy, it won't be long until we will be back in drought again. Yeah, I know. And it's all right at the moment, Dwayne. We're having wet seasons up here in, have a look at the water up in the Gulf of Carpentaria. Imagine if we could pipe that water south up in northwestern Australia, the Ord River, when that goes into flood. Pipe that south. Pipe it down into the wheat belt and that of Western Australia. I know this is what we could be doing with this $310 million we're giving the Taliban. We could be putting it towards piping water to where it needs to go. our politicians just, no one's got any vision. Bob Catter's been calling for it. Once again, silly old Bob, no one listens to him. Hell's Gate, massive dam at Hell's Gate, piping the water south so that we can capture all the flood water up here in the wet season and pipe it down, pipe it inland, start growing our town. Imagine towns like Roma, Charleville, Cunnamulla, if they had endless water supply, big dams out there, so you could start irrigating crops and all that type of stuff. You know, you could have start running more cattle out there. It's endless. But no, we just give it away to just throw it or just piss it into the wind. $50 million. That's a lot of money, isn't it? That's the last installment we gave the Taliban, apparently, for Afghanistan. Why do we do that? Start spending the money on Australians. Okay, and I want to see money starting to be spent out in the rural areas. Start building dams and that, so that little towns can end up like Emerald. If you've got a water supply there, the towns will grow. More employment. You know, it's a nice town, Emerald. I've been through it a few times. It's a bloody nice town. Pauline will sort it out. Yeah. They're all piss and wind. Everyone gets up there and Bob Catter's about the only politician I've heard get up there and talk about water and talk about turning North Queensland into a fruit bowl, like a food bowl up around Lakeland and places like that. We just need more dams. If we can build some dams, then places will expand. They're growing coffee up around there, Lakeland now, coffee, bananas, tropical fruits, and all this type of stuff. All you need is the rain. It does get quite dry up around Lakeland in the dry season, but imagine having a large dam so you can irrigate even during the dry season. We need to do more of it. Yeah, I know. It's annoying, isn't it? It bloody pisses me off. Anyway, hey, got a funny one today from a bloke I was in primary school with out in Surat, and he lives in Roma now. Johnny Mundy, he sent me a photo, and he's got the whole back of his four-wheel drive decked out with King's gear, guys. King's fridge, King's drawers, King's slide, all that stuff. And he goes, "You're costing me," Bucky says, "you're costing me money." I said, "Don't bloody blame me just because you've gone to King's store and decked the back of your four-wheel drive out with all King's gear." So Johnny Mundy's blaming me for spending too much money at King's. Can you believe that stuff? Yeah, anyway, hey, back on to politics just quickly. You know I don't support Albo much, guys, but I got to give him a rap here. He come out on the news the other day. He goes, how can the Liberal Party possibly expect to support Australians, which is our whole job, is to support Australians? He said they can't even get their own house sorted out at the moment. All the infighting. Who's going to be leader? Liberals and Nationals splitting. He said, and even come out, he said, Australia needs a strong opposition party to the thing. Australia needs whoever's in, and you need a strong opposition to keep them in check. We haven't got that at the moment. And even Albo's saying the Liberals are in disarray. And he said it's not good for Australia. And even Albo's coming out and saying that. He said, how are they supposed to be able to support Australians and look after Australia's interests when they can't even sort their own backyard out? And Albo was giving it to him. And good on him. He's right. He's absolutely correct. The Liberal National Party have split. The Nationals, and that's why Pauline Hanson's going through the roof now. I don't think the One Nation Party they'll ever govern anyone, but they might make a very, very, very good opposition party. Imagine Pauline as the opposition leader with more pull than what she's got now. Is she allowed to be can you be the opposition leader if you're a senator? I don't think so. You've got to be an MP, don't you? Pauline's not a member of parliament. She's a senator. Here you go. Can Pauline be the opposition leader, everyone? If One Nation get voted in the next election, can Pauline be, I don't know the answer to this, can Pauline be the opposition leader if she's a senator? Does anyone know the answer to that? Have a poll. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's not really a poll question, mate. It's just a general knowledge. Rob Richmond, Chat GPT this, mate. Can a senator become the opposition leader in Australia? Snork will get onto that. He'd be Chat GPT in it as we speak. That was fizzy shit. But see, Andy Riches is off. He's got enjoy your Saturday, mate. Enjoy your bloody weekend. Not unless she changes houses. Yeah, needs to be in the lower house. Yes. Yeah, so Pauline's in the upper house. She's a senator. So who would be the opposition leader? Barnaby Joyce. Barnaby's a member of parliament. He's an MP. So you'd probably find Barnaby Joyce would be opposition leader, not Pauline. Pauline's a senator. Barnaby's an MP. There we go. Now Rob's contradicted everyone else. Yes, a senator can become the opposition leader in Australia. Oh, well, there you go. If that's the case, someone was saying no. People were saying the opposition leader has to be in the lower house, which is being a member of parliament. So you got MPs in the lower house, and then the upper house is all your senators, everyone. Two totally different things. Anyway, everyone's contradicting each other now. In Australia, the leader of the opposition is the leader of the largest political party or coalition not in government. Yes, but there's a spanner in the works there, Rob. She's a senator, mate. So she can do it. She was just a pissy little party that's taken off now because people have had an absolute gutful of Labor and also the other mob that are in disarray. That's why Pauline's picking it up. A senator is still a member of the federal parliament, so they are eligible. Oh, that's great if she is. I'd like to see Pauline as opposition leader. Oh, Jesus, wouldn't she get up them? She'd rip it up them. They'd have to start listening to her then. She's I was talking to someone today and they said, have a look at Pauline Hanson when she first came into politics from running a fish and chip shop. Couldn't string two words together. She's a lot better than she used to be, guys. She's bloody very hard. She's gets her message across a lot better now. You want her. She's had 20 years to do it. So I don't think. Oh no, mate. Lynn, Pauline cares about the country. I stick with that. I think Pauline wears her heart on her sleeve. She is one politician that does give a shit about this country. Did anyone? Nathan sent it to me. Anyone see the podcast she did with Anthony Mundine? I thought it was very, very good. They agreed on some things. Anthony on this side and Pauline on the other. Pauline stuck to her guns. It was a really, really healthy debate, and it was done in good spirit, the way all debating should be. It didn't get nasty, and it was very, very good. Pauline and Anthony both of them did a really, really good job. Anthony coming across the side of the stolen nation thing and all that type of stuff, as he does. And Pauline, she stuck to her guns. She just stuck to her guns. And I think Anthony respected her point of view. It was a very, very healthy debate, and they bloody had a kiss and a cuddle at the end of it. It was good to see. That's how politicians, have a healthy debate, but it certainly didn't get nasty. Taken 30 years to get the people to listen to her. Yeah, I know, but they're starting to listen now, aren't they? They're starting to listen now. And she's been saying shit for the last 20 years that we've been saying. No one listened to her. And the shit that she was saying 20 years ago is what we're harping on about now. No one listened to her. She's sitting back now going, I was talking about this shit 20 years ago and you all thought I was a racist prick. So, no, good on her. I hope it'd be good to see her as opposition leader and have more pull than what she's got now. Be fantastic. I think it'd be good for the country. Hastie's on the nose now. Everyone's turned on him because he changed his mind at the last minute on that vote. And Liberals now, they can't even make their mind up whether they're going to have a bloody crack at Susan Lee. And then Hastie said, I'm out, because apparently it sounded like no one wanted to support him. So the Liberals are in disarray, guys. They couldn't bloody organise a chook raffle at the moment, let alone run a country. They're friggin' useless. What else have we got here? I said that. I saw another funny thing on Facebook this afternoon. someone out around Mount Isa somewhere said, "Can anyone identify this snake?" And I think me dog's got it. Anyway, it's this dark brown snake, and had two pictures, one from the top, one from underneath. And she said, "Me dog got it." And someone put in the comments, "By any chance is your dog named Shovel?" Because you could tell it had been clobbered with a shovel several times. And because you're not allowed to kill snakes legally. And it looked like it was an eastern brown or a brown of some sort. Everyone was saying it was an eastern brown. And they go, "Oh, check your dog." And someone said, "Oh, by any chance is your dog named Shovel?" So you could tell it had been clobbered several times by a sharp implement. It was bloody funny. Landy Smurf's on. How are you, Landy? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Hey, my secret project, everyone. I'll get in. I haven't been saying g'day to anyone. John from Oregon saying g'day to Landy. John, are you supposed to be out of bed, or have you snuck out of bed? Dana's still up counting sheep, sound asleep, and doesn't know that you snuck downstairs to watch Mr. Buckaroony at bloody 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is. What is it? I'll tell you what time it is in Oregon. Living Earth, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Let's go back. Portland, Oregon. I've got it in my phone here, everyone. Melbourne, Auckland, Portland. It's 8 degrees there. The temperatures come up now. There you go. It's 2:07 in the morning, Saturday morning. It's Saturday night here. So it's just gone Saturday in Portland, Oregon. They're in darkness at the moment. You can see the bright bloody white light there. That's Portland over there on the northwestern part of the United States. 8 degrees. It's a bit better than Slacken was minus 14 or minus 17 or something up in Canada, mate, and was getting a high of minus 10. John, you're in for a high of 14 today and a low of 8. That's bearable, isn't it? That's like Tasmania weather. How Slacken puts up with minus 10 to minus 17, I do not know. Anyway, who's that? Someone's a two-faced bastard. I hope we're talking about politicians here. HSV, are we talking about Andrew Hastie, mate? Andrew should have voted no. If Andrew voted no, he'd be opposition leader about now, I reckon. But everyone turned on him because he bloody said, "I'm going to vote no, and then he voted yes at the last minute. And people, he's done his dash now, I reckon. He's done his dash. John's still here. John's either got out of bed and snuck downstairs, or John's still up and hasn't gone to bed yet. What is it, John? Let us know. Have you been to bed yet? I called it. I said that. John said, yeah, I just got up to pee. And that's what I said. John's probably got up needing to tinkle, and he's checked his phone and gone, "Buck's live. I'm going to stay up and watch him." That's what I said. I said, surely John's been in bed and he's just got up for a piss and noticed that I'm on live, and he stayed up. So anyway, Dana probably up there, sound asleep, don't even know you're down watching me. I hope you're not in bed with me going on, or she'll be knocking you clean out. Hastie has no spine. Yeah, Mr. Bullet, he showed his true colours, mate. Very disappointing. He's the one who rolled over on Ben Robert Smith too, which I wasn't impressed with at all. Yeah, no, not good, mate. He's done his dash now, Mr. Bullet. He's done his dash, and I think hopefully get voted out in the next election, and we'll never hear from him again. Yeah, so, well, today I've been out in the shed all day, everyone. I went to King's yesterday, and that's enough of the politics. It's all good King stuff from now on, and camping. Went to King's yesterday. What am I doing? Well, as you know, I've got the little 6x4 garden trailer. I've put the bazooka water tank on the front. I've put a big King storage box on the drawbar, and I use it for taking palm fronds and grass and that to the dump. It's a great little trailer. Easy to hook up, light, bloody fantastic little trailer. Should have got one a lot earlier. But you know what? It's going to be a great little trailer for when I want to go camping as well. When you try to load the BT50 up to go camping, it is chock-a-block, everyone, because I've got drawers and all that type of stuff. So now I've got the trailer there to tow behind me. Put the table in and boxes of, big plastic tubs. One tub's got all your cooking gear, your frying pans and all your cooking utensils in it. And the other ones, you know what's in each box. And it's just a great way to camp. And I thought, when we're out camping, we're going to that type of camping, not with a caravan. We'll have that hexagonal gazebo up, which is fantastic. That's where we'll sleep. And if there's flies or whatever, we can sit in there and get out of the mosquitoes and the flies and all that type of stuff. I thought it's good to have somewhere else to sit in the shade. And I was thinking about the 3x3 gazebo, which, I can throw that in as well. And I thought, you know what? I got the camper trailer sitting there. I unload it, take the table out and the chairs and the stretchers. And, it's just I can put a lot of gear in there. I thought, it's already got the ladder rack mounts there. So for tradies to put a ladder rack on. I thought, you know what? If I got some box steel, I might be able to mount an awning to this. So guess what I did? I went to Cumic Steel, got some box steel cut, got some plate welding on at the local manufacturing place just up the road here. They welded a couple of plates on, drilled some holes for me, laser etched it and that so I can paint it. And that was only $100. The metal cost me under $100 as well, along with all the nuts and bolts and all that type of stuff. Anyway, I've been out there today. I went to King's yesterday and I was going to buy the original Mark I King's Touring 270 awning, the brown one. Anyway, they'd run out. They were on run out special, $299 for a 270 awning. And he said, mate, we haven't got any of them now. We've run out, but we've got the new one. And then he told, they're about $400. Anyway, he said, mate, I'll do it at $378. He said, it's only another $78 and you've got a lighter, better awning, and it's got the grey ripstop canvas. I like the grey rather than that tan coloured one. So it's a grey awning. So I got that for $378 yesterday, and a little bit of a pain in the ass to drilling holes. And I had to today just measuring 3 or 4 times to make sure, because I've only got M8 bolts, and I had to make sure that my measurements were spot on. So anyway, it's going on the camper trailer tomorrow. I've drilled all the holes and I've punched the holes in the vinyl, because you've got to punch the holes in the vinyl at the back. There's a bit of dicking around. I'm doing a video on it, everyone, so you can see what I'm doing. So it'll be on the trailer tomorrow, and I'm going to have a 270-degree awning on the little box trailer for when we go out camping. So we've got extra shade there. It comes out 2.5 meters, I think, and there's 4 2.5 meter bits there. Might have to buy some more shady gear walls to give us even more protection from the sun. So yeah, the old King's 270 awning. And I looked at it, they had one set up in King's, and it's, for $370, it looked bloody good. That's all I needed for a bloody little box trailer. I wasn't going to go and spend $1,000 on a 270-degree awning, everyone. I just went and got the filthy King's one, and it looks good. The King's Plus Touring 270. It's the grey one, the Mark II. The old Mark I was the old tan-coloured one. So anyway, it'll be on the camper trailer tomorrow. I got all my measurements, and it would have been on there this afternoon. I had visitors this afternoon that stayed for a couple of hours, and it put me eye on the 8 ball. But that awning will be on the camper trailer tomorrow, everyone. And, so keep an eye out. That'll be my first video for the year. So I'm actually back in filming again. You'll be pleased to know. Now, I only went in for the awning yesterday. Roz is down in Townsville at the moment watching the grandkids play basketball. So half an hour after she left, I was on my way to Cairns, to the King's shop. Everyone said, Buck, you're going to get knocked out. Roz knew. I told Roz I was going to get an awning. She knew that, but she didn't know I was going to buy some extra stuff. I didn't either until I walked into the shop. And Mark Lavelle and Jamie Fulton, it's your bloody fault. So King's, yeah. The King salesman. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give him a plug here. I walked in there yesterday. I got Rafa out of the car because it's bloody hot. And there's a pole outside, and I just put his lead over the pole. And Raf's looking in at me. And as soon as I walk through, a bloke just finished serving another guy and said, see you, mate. And he turned around and said, hey, mate, how can I help you? And I said, mate, I'm here for the $299 awning. He said, mate, I think we've run out. He went out the back and he come back and said, sorry, mate. He goes, we've run out. he said, we've only got the new grey one, the Mark II. He said, which are a better awning? And I said, how much are they, mate? And he goes, 400 and something, mate. He said, but hang on. He said, if you buy extra stuff with it, you get it cheaper. So I said, well, does it come with the extendable poles, which I forgot? He said, yeah. He said, we have boxes of 2 of them. And he said, yeah, you've already dropped it down to $378. So $378 or $374, I think it was, for that awning, which is bloody good value. And when you see the quality of it on the video, it's not bad. So anyway, I saw this next item at the Camping with Mates thing, and bloody, I was talking to Marky Lavelle. Who owned it, Mark? Who owned that bloody light? Was it Jamie Fulton? Jamie? Someone had one of these King's lights here. I'm going to show it to you now. Rob Richmond, if you remember, I always called it the Snorky light. Me and Rob had this old light, and it used to go on a telescopic thing, and it used to bend like buggery, and it was like a big LED light. And we used to call it the Snorky light. I've still got it, but it was a bloody big, bendy, floppy friggin' thing. Anyway, me and Rob Richmond saw these lights on Alibaba, and me and Rob got talking about, wouldn't it be good to get some of these in and put a Buckaroony or a Australian Camping 4-wheel drive thing on it and import them in? But when you go through Alibaba, you got a minimum order was like 300 of them or something. I said, so that was the end of our. But lo and behold, Rob, have a look. I went in yesterday. That cat, it's on a tripod, everyone. John, how's this? So it comes on a tripod. There it is there. And I think you'll find, I haven't played around with this yet, that actually comes off. So you can hang that up. I'm pretty sure you can hang that up under an awning, just that top part there. I'll play. I haven't had to play around with it yet, guys. It's only just out of the box. I've recharged it. Yes. So there it is there. So that you've got a tripod, and then these things here fold out, everyone. 3 LED lights fold out, and then you can turn it on. And if you there you go, there, 3 medium, and you got the white light too. So I'll turn it on. White light, orange light, and then you can dim it down, hot, bright, or whatever there. So how good's that? And watch your eyes, everyone. There you go. So these things here, you can angle them wherever you want. You've got 3 lights, and you can angle them different directions. So you can have light shining 3 different ways. You can have orange light so you don't attract the insects and all that type of stuff. USB rechargeable, dimmable, and I got 2. There were 2 of these, and it's extendable, everyone. So obviously it extends up so you can put it up nice and high and shine it down. And that's what they're doing at the Camping with Mates, who are lacking for a bit of light there. So they had one of these things. So Kings had them on special yesterday, 2 for $99. How good is that? And I'll tell you what, they're not bad quality, everyone. Have a look at them. They're bloody brilliant. These lights here can throw different directions. They fold down, and I'm pretty sure that head, somehow that can come off, and you can probably hang that up under an awning as well. So a portable light, how good is that? 2 for $99. You can't go wrong. Now I can't get that to come out. I'll do that later. Now, that's not all I got. For $31, he goes, I saw these. I saw these little things. And I said, how much are they? I didn't know they had these things. He goes, mate, 6 for $50. Or he said you can get 2 of those and 2 of these, which I've already got 2 of these. These are bloody brilliant. These King's lights, the wand lights, everyone. Dimmable, magnetic base, great for at night. If you have a flat tire at night, you can bloody stick that to the side of your car and angle it up so you can change it. You got a light there, so you can got your both hands, or if you've got a head torch, obviously. But these wand lights, once again, rechargeable with a USB cable, USB to micro USB. These ones here, These ones here have a battery inside, so you undo these and the battery comes out and you charge it up, and the light's red, and then when the battery's fully charged, that takes a USB-C. It comes with the cable. All these torches come with a recharge USB to USB-C or micro USB. Click that shut, and these little ones, magnetic, they've got a stretchy thing there, so you can hang them up. You can bloody magnet them anywhere. Great for inside a tent. 3 different white, orange for bugs, and then a flashing orange to if you've got a epileptic mate, you want to send him into a fit, you can put the flashing one on. So I got 2 of these little ones, rechargeable, and 2 of those for $31 at King's yesterday. Like, how good is it? It's just, and it's not cheap, nasty shit, guys. I've had a couple of these things now for a while, and they still work beautifully. Took it to Cape York, went up to Cape York, Tane and all those boys. They're all got them. You can hang them up. All rechargeable. The days of having batteries, like who still runs anything, lights and that with batteries in it now? Everything's USB rechargeable. Absolutely fantastic. Bloody, I got 4 of them now. I keep 2 in the house and 2 out in the shed. And when I go camping, the 2 in the shed go in the camping trunk or just go in the BT50. You know what it's like when you're out camping. You can never have too many torches and lights. So, Rosie Sab's on. Oh, my God. Roz is on. She sprung me, everyone. Look, Roz. Look what I bought at King's. Roz knew I was going to go up to get an awning, but she didn't know I was getting these things. How good's this? They're on a tripod. I got 2 for $99. Dimmable or white light or orange light. And you can point them wherever you want. They are bloody brilliant. I'm going to do a film clip on this, everyone. I'm going to do a film clip on this. I'm just going to bloody work out. Mark, are you on? Who owned that thing? Does that actual head come off so you can... I don't know if it does. I thought this head came off and you can hang it up under an awning or something and then just shine the lights wherever you want. But at the end of the day, I got 2 of them because one of these can go in our gazebo with the orange light on, and then the other one can go out under the 270 awning. So you can, well, if you're sitting around, the good thing about lights too, everyone, if you want light, you can put this off to the side and put the white light on, and the bugs go to the light. So if you've got a head torch or something like that on, the bugs are around your face, you can put this up nice and high, put the tripod right up high, put it away to the side, shine the light to where you want it, and the bugs go over to the light. They don't hang around you. So they're bloody really good. And I'll tell you what, they look like they're pretty good quality too. And the good thing about the King store too is they send you the receipt via email. So you've always got, and you go in their system anyway. So if you ever have problems, everything's probably got a 12-month warranty on it. Some stuff's got a 2-year warranty. If you've got a problem, you go back to the store and they'll sort it out for you. So these little lights here, I'll get some more of them next time I go to King's, everyone. How good are they? Orange light there. You know, if you've got kids, that can be there. Just tell them, put it in their pocket, and you've got a little bloody torch there. There you go. That was my thing to King's yesterday, everyone. When you go in there, you've got to restrain yourself. You really do. And the other thing too, I went out and checked on Rafa, and old mate says, "Is that your dog out there?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Bring him in, mate. Dogs are welcome in here." So that's another reason I like King's. They're doggy friendly, everyone. Like Bunnings, you can take your dog in there. So if you want to go and walk around, there was other people in there walking around with their dog on a lead, obviously. Make sure they do the right thing. And, yeah, you can take your dogs into the King's store and have a walk around. Absolutely fantastic. Mark, who owned that? Who owned the light at the Camping with Mates? Was that Jamie Fulton's? And I told you there, I said, I'm going to buy one. Well, I did. I bought 2 of them. It took me longer than I thought. But, yeah, there you go. Reckon I should paint the house blue. Paint, yeah, Roz. What do you reckon? We paint our house blue and white, and I'll put a big king sign on the king's emblem on the outside. Anyway, so there you go. If it wasn't for Buck, Kings would go broke. I'll tell you what, they do all right out of me. I know a lot of people go in and check Kings out because they watch my channel, and then Johnny Mundy did. Johnny blamed me for decking the whole back of his four-wheel drive out with King's gear. Who's that? The light unscrews. Oh, okay. Someone's just sent me a message and said the light unscrews from the tripod, everyone. So, yeah, I'll try that. I did see a picture of it. Oh, here we go. Look. As I said, I only got these out of the box and charged them, guys. I haven't even had a bloody play around with them yet. Oh, yeah, so there's a bloody thread on the top there. There you go. And, oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, everyone. Look on the bottom, a hook, so you can hang that up. Oh, yeah, and these, I was thinking it's going to be upside down. They don't. They spin around. Spin that around. There, spin that one around. Spin him that way, and then turn him on. Like that. So you can hang that up under your awning. That just goes on your awning bar. And if you want light in a certain direction, these things swivel. So you can point the light where you want to go. White light, orange light, and it's dimmable as well. Three dimmable things there. Looks like a ceiling fan. So there you go. And then that just screws back onto the tripod, everyone. Into there. Screw that back on. Fold your. I knew I'd seen a picture of it bloody hanging upside down under an awning or something. So just, yeah, if you don't need the tripod, you can just take that out like that. Hang that up in your tent at night or your swag, or if you've got somewhere to hook it under your awning, there you go. What a brilliant bit of gear. And it's not cheap, nasty looking shit. It's not bad quality, everyone. It's not bad quality. Keep saying it. 10 years ago, Kings were hit and miss. Some of their stuff was garbage. They're up in their game. I don't know who the people are there, but where they get their stuff, but they're up in their game. They really are. Yeah. Never, Roz reckons I never read the instructions. That's a bloke thing, Roz. We never read the instructions. How'd the kids go today at basketball? Hope they won all their games. Go to Cactus Jack's for dinner. Bloody beautiful. Best Mexican in Australia. Cactus Jack's in Townsville, everyone. If you're ever in Townsville, go to Cactus Jack's. Really, really good Mexican. Who's that again? He's probably going, oh, it's Joshy Hatch. Hey, Joshy, how are you, mate? Thanks for telling me that. I had a missed call from Greg Campbell at 1:59 or something it was. So, yeah, sorry I missed your call this afternoon, Greg. I was bloody out in the shed, mate, getting that awning on. So, Roz, when you get home tomorrow, the 270 awning will be on the trailer. Vinny, your brother, had to come over and help me today. I needed an extra set of hands, and Jamil's home now, so Jamil will help me get it on the trailer. Just need an extra set of hands to keep it parallel so I can fit the holes in. So, yeah, I'm not much of a – see you, Nathan. I'm not much of a handyman, everyone, but I bloody – yeah, this is going to be good. It's good to tinker in the shed, get your little project and all that type of stuff. And, yeah, it's bloody good. I think it's going to be a good thing, that little camper trailer. Well, it's not a camper trailer. It's a garden trailer, but I can use it to go out camping in. And we're going to be doing that when camping season comes. Woodley Station, Cowley Beach. Me and Roz still like to do the old basic. You know, the caravan's good, everyone, but, you know, it's still good to get out, sleep, and just do some natural stuff too. I want to get out and cook around a campfire and doing all that type of stuff. So that's where we're – and the good thing about a lot of the campgrounds, you can tow a little trailer like that to it. You know, it's not something I'd take on the old telly track, or not the old telly, up to Cape York on the Peninsula Development Road on the corrugations. But a lot of campgrounds and a lot of hip camps and that, you can get to them in a bloody two-wheel drive. If the BT50 ever shits itself, I could get just an SUV, a two-wheel drive SUV, a Mazda CX-5, put a tow bar on it, and I could tow that little trailer with a CX5 and still go out and enjoy camping. You don't need a bloody four-wheel drive to go camping, everyone. Remember the old days? People used to go camping in station wagons and just throw a few things in the back of the ute and go camping with a two-man tent and a camp chair and an esky. We're getting a bit too fancy now, aren't we? We all got to have bloody $200,000 setups to go out bush now. You don't need. You can still do it, and that's what I like about Kings. Everyone, they give families the chance to get out and enjoy the outdoors at a reasonable price. You don't have to go and pay thousands of dollars for a bloody 270 awning when you can get one for $370. Okay, and it's still not in. It's still pretty good. So there you go. What pisses me off? I was at Bunnings today. I had to get my normal hardware shop, Innisfail Paint and Plumbing. They didn't have something that I needed, so I went to Bunnings and I found it there. And I went to put my window up, and the friggin' electric thing, this pisses me right off, my electric windows aren't working again. I bought a new master switch for the driver's door a couple of years ago because the windows stopped working. Got a new one. It was off eBay because I'm not paying Mazda $800 or something for one. That's probably out of the same factory. So got one off eBay. My mechanic threw it in for me, and it's failed now. So now I've going to have to see if Matthew on Monday morning can get a new master switch for me at a decent price, or do I get another eBay one? But I can't put my window up, and when you live in the wettest part of Australia, everyone, you need to be able to put your window up. So bloody electric windows piss me off. Give me an old wind-up one any day. At least those bloody things work. Who's ever had a car and the electric windows stop working on you? It's shit. It's shit, but you've got to be able to bloody put your windows up so you can lock your car, or if it starts raining, I can't put my window up. So the car's in the shed, and I'm going to have to, that's more money. Speaking of which, I found that vibration that I thought was, they were saying, oh, it could be a turbo and all that. I've got a cracked engine mount, everyone. It's booked in on the 5th of February, the BT. When something's done 270,000 kilometres, things start wearing out. And I was talking to Daryl the other day down, and I dropped Daryl's Crazy Dog bag for his fire pit thing off. And Daryl said, oh, at the end of the day, mate, a rubber engine mount, it might be a couple of hours labour that you're going to have to cough up for. At least it's not a turbo or something expensive mechanical. It's a wear and tear thing. Like I can cop that when things break through wear and tear. I can. Things don't last forever. And when your four-wheel drive starts getting a bit of age on it, it's bloody 13 years, 2012, 13 years old now, the BT, 270 on it. It's done Cape York a couple of times, it's done Fraser Island, like I've had it off-road, everyone. Done some bloody big trips in it. But when the gearbox goes and costs you $6,000, so when someone mentioned a turbo, I thought, if this is a turbo, this car's going. But luckily for the BT50, for Barry, it was only an engine mount, a rubber engine mount. So that's getting replaced on the 5th of Feb. So I'm going to have to get the electric window done now. Roz, if you're watching, so old Barry's bloody window's not going up and down. Bloody thing. Electrics are great, aren't they, when they're working? Can you imagine some of these new vehicles now with everything's just electric? Soon as the gremlins get in there, you're in deep shit. These new cars. Yeah. Mr. Bullet, cost me new switch panel and sparky time, not cheap. Yeah, I know. I'll probably get one off eBay, mate, and Matthew's not as expensive as the Auto Alex. Auto Alex charge, it must be something to do with electricians, whether it's a 12 volt or a 240 volt electrician, they do not miss you. They do not miss you at all. Pull the switch apart and clean the contacts. Nothing to lose if it's not working. Yeah, I might have a crack at that, mate, and see if I can get it working. It was working okay, and then it's just stopped working now. But anyway, my TV shit itself Thursday. Cost me $1,800 plus for a new one. Yeah, remember the days where you took your TV in, everyone, to get it fixed to an not an electrician. What were they called? The blokes who used to fix TVs and all that shit. Just an electrician or what were they called? They had a proper name. TV technician and small appliance technician. They used to fix washing machines and fridges, and now something breaks, throw her out, get a new one, throw her out. It's just a disposable thing now. HSV said, Aldi have 70-inch tellies last week for $400. And that's what I mean. When things are that cheap now, why would you go and pay someone $100 an hour to fix it for you, if there's anyone around that even does that anymore, when you can go and buy another 70-inch TV for $400 at Aldi? My God, that's cheap, isn't it? That is cheap. Harley Dan, 1980. My fork bent a time ago. My fork. Fork on what, mate? TV, yeah, the TV repairman. Is that a bloody job anymore? We used to have a store here in Innisfail when I first got here, and you used to take your TVs and that to him. He's closed now. No one gets anything fixed anymore. It's just a disposable society we live in. We just throw shit out, don't we? John's saying, my dad's a TV repairman. He's got a cool set of tools. Yeah, you'd have to have all the special bloody stuff and that. When I was in Signals Corps, guys, we had Tech Alexa called technical electricians. That's probably what I was thinking of before. They used to fix all their radios and all that type of stuff. So they were on pay level 6 too. They were well paid. Tech Alexa were called. Yeah, so time on the forklift. I don't know if you're talking about forklifts or what you're going on about there. If it's too good to be true, yeah. $400 for a 70-inch TV, you'd probably go, I wonder how long this thing would last me. If it lasts you 5 years, it's worth buying, isn't it? Buy another one. Yeah. Tony Purdy's on. G'day, Tony. How are you, mate? Tony's got a new Boffins, yeah. Yeah, Tech Alex, Boffins, the Ramey boys. Who was it? Stu, oh, my memory. He was an officer. Army officer, follows the channel. Stu, I'll think of his name in a minute. Anyway, Stu was a boffin. He was an officer boffin in Ramey. Oh boy, didn't you guys see Fast Times at Ridgemont High? That one went over my head, John. That's gone. Ridgemont High, that is gone over. Was that a bloody TV show or something? That one's over there. Where's the battery video coming out on the Ranger Wanderer? Talk about dragging the chain. Rob the Wanderer, friggin' hopeless. He did that job last year and the video's still not out. Come on, dude. That's your bloody bread and butter, isn't it? Editing shit and doing computer stuff, and you can't even get a bloody YouTube clip up and running. Come on, give yourself a... Stu Calvin. Thanks, Ross. Stu Calvin. Stu Calvin was a boffin in the army, a Ramey officer. Yeah, so I haven't heard from Stu for a while. He's having a few health issues, so I hope Stu's okay. If you see this, Stu, hope you're well, mate. Yeah, so Graham Whitaker saying, if you have a young one, try to get them into any kind of electronics. Everything will become electrical before long. Yeah. Yeah, I'm spewing I didn't get a... I was there today trying to do this awning, drilling holes and that, guys. And I thought, I am the shittest tradie in the world. I'm friggin' hopeless. I'd put a spanner down and then I'd spend 20 minutes trying to find out where I put the spanner. And then I put put something else down. Where'd I put that? Then I'd have to walk in the house. Here it is in the computer room. I had it in my pocket, put it on the... I need someone to follow me around and double check everything I do. So anyway, I got the holes lined up. I think I've got the holes lined up. It's going to be a bit fiddly. M8 bolt. I drilled a 8mm hole. So I went a 4.5mm, 6.5mm drill bit, and then an 8mm. And the M8 bolt does go through an 8, but then just trying to line it up, there was just no margin. So I went an 8.5mm and it allowed me to get the bloody M8 bolts in a bit of thing. So that'll go on tomorrow. The vinyl thing on the King's awnings wrap right around. So you've actually got to put the M8 bolts on, tighten them on with some nuts, and then work out, fit it on the trailer, and then you've got to punch holes in the vinyl. So I've got a hole punch 8 holes in the vinyl so that the screws can come through. Then I've got a rubber waterproof washer and then a flat washer, and then that fits in there. So anyway, all the hard work's over now. All I've got to do tomorrow with Jamil, line the 8 nuts up through the plate, through the holes on the plate, washer, and a nylock nut on the other side, and she's on, guys. So yeah, Jack Turtle hasn't been on for a while. Hope he's okay. Jack having a break, I think. Jack got into an argument with someone, everyone, and he disappeared after that. So I don't know. I hope Jack comes back. We miss him in the community. Jack had a disagreement with someone, everyone, and he disappeared after that. He probably thought, oh, I'm going. So Jack, come on, mate. We all have disagreements. So if you see this, get back up and running, mate. Everyone misses you in the community. We all disagree. Best mates. Me and my brother aren't talking at the moment. We had a disagreement. Yeah, we'll get over it. So Gidgey told me to go and get fucked. Don't ever call me again. Block me. There we right. We're brothers. We'll talk again, everyone. So that's what you do. Mates, we all have disagreements. So all you can do is when you come on here, guys, is some people will come in the comments and they'll have a different opinion to what you have. And all I ask on this channel is just be respectful to each other. Disagree and let them know why you disagree, but always stay respectful. I never ever, and it doesn't happen, I never want to see people getting into a bloody shouting argument match in the comment section. That's not why we do this. We all get on there and everyone has a chance to thing. And as long as you're respectful, everyone's welcome on here, everyone. And I had to block someone today. Came on, haven't heard from him for a while. He's from the old drifter community. They're still out there, guys. They're still trolling me. Anyway, he come on today and I just thought, mate, come on. Is that, it's been years and years and they're still in the background trying to get a reaction out of me. So I just blocked his ass today. If you're on there watching this, mate, you're a cockhead. You're an alcoholic and you're a cockhead. You know who you are. So anyway, I haven't got time for people like that, everyone. Oh, and that's what I do now. If I get people on here that come on and start talking shit in here, I mean just total shit, and are just trying to, I just block you from the channel. And I haven't had to deal with anyone I know. It's always a name that comes on and you go, who's that bloke? Never heard of you before. And they're talking shit in there, trying to get a reaction out of me. Block. Don't need you on the channel, mate. As I said, everyone's welcome to have a different opinion to me, but just keep it respectful. As soon as you get on and start troll, there's a difference between coming on and having a say and being a troll. As soon as you cross that line and become a troll, you are fucking Gonski. I'll just block you so I don't have to deal with you anymore. And I know a lot of you's in the chat room. You don't want to see that shit either. So anyway, but it's welcome to YouTube, everyone. Welcome to social media. You know what it's like. I live rent. Yeah, Ross said I live rent free in their heads. I know. Anyway, I'm still around. I'm still going. And but anyway, I personally just don't want to hear from them again. But they're still out there. They're still in the back. I know they are. They're still in the background. One of them popped his head up today and had a little sly crack at me, so I just blocked him. Bloke's a bloody cockhead. We used to be mates once upon a time. Not anymore. Anyway, give it to him, Buck. Nah, that's all right, mate. I just bloody swipe right or swipe left and move on. You just move on. And Roz is good. Like, she keeps me grounded too. She said, don't waste energy on them, Rogers. Don't waste energy on them. Just bloody move on. Don't let them dictate to you, and don't let them get under your skin. I used to let people get under my skin. Now I just block them. See ya. Go out somewhere else. There was a couple of guys, one bloke, I won't mention his name, but every time he came on, it was just something negative to say. something negative about me. Oh, you're doing that wrong. Yeah. Everything was negative. Never a positive thing to say. Anyway, I blocked you. This was a while ago now. I haven't heard from him again because I blocked him. So, yeah, just want good people on here. And we can all have a difference of opinion, but we keep it respectful, especially when it comes to politics. Everyone's going to disagree on politics, but it's a great subject to get everyone talking. And if you're an Albo supporter and you like what the Labor government's doing, that's fine. You can come on. I'm not gonna not talk to you again because me and Jeff Keane, me and Jeff, buddy, were getting not nasty. We had a disagreement there a while ago, but no, we're fine now. All mates disagree, especially over politics. But I'm the type of guy, if Albo does something good, I'll say so. If he does something shit, I say so. He doesn't do too much good in my eyes, but he called out the Liberal Party today, and good on him. He give it to them and said, you're supposed to be keeping, a country like Australia needs a strong opposition party to keep the government in at the time, to keep them accountable. Well, the Liberals aren't doing that at the moment. They can't even keep themselves accountable. They're a shit fight. And Albo gave it to them, and good on him. Good on him for doing that. I support him on that one. I really do. Yeah, that's right, CJ. Everyone's got different opinions. And, mate, at work, when I used to work in the prison, we'd disagree with mates all the time. No, that's bullshit, you cockhead. But at the end of the day, you walked out and bloody had a laugh with each other. Everyone has disagreements. Macca put a good one up the other day. Do you remember the days when if you talked about politics or religion, you got a smack in the teeth? And I remember them days. There used to be pubs you walk into in the old days, no politics or religion to be spoken about in this pub because it used to cause too many fights. Too many people have got different opinions and that. So anyway, yeah, the review. Anyway, you'll see my next clip, guys, is going to be the 270 awning. And then I might do a review on that King's light there. I've got a couple of them. I'm going to do a little short clip on that because they're a bloody good bit of gear, aren't they? They really are. I'll tell you what, these aren't bad little lights either. 3 and then orange and then the disco. I don't know what that might be if you're an accident or something and you're on the highway and there's an accident up ahead and you're trying to alert traffic, just think outside the box for that. But it's not something you'd have around the campsite. But certainly if you're bloody trying to slow traffic down or something at night, if there's an accident up ahead or there's a bloody cattle on the road or so, I don't know. Think outside the box. Wollongong, same ocean. How good was Novak Djokovic last night? Ages no Barrett. I didn't see it, but Novak's through to the green final, or the final, isn't he? Or green final, whatever it is. I don't mind Novak. Novak's pretty good. I think a couple of years ago he was going and watching the 2020 and all that type of stuff. I don't mind Novak. Me and Roz, we love Rafael Nadal. I love Roger Federer. Don't watch the tennis too much anymore since Roger and Rafa went. But yeah, Novak's still around, and they'll call him. When are you going to retire, mate? He's still getting into Green Slam finals. Everyone, why would you retire when you're still good enough to get into the finals? Keep going, Novak. If you can still do it, bloody do it. Yeah. Marky Lavelle saying, King's lights are my favourites. Good gear. Mark, I don't know if I've probably missed it, mate. Who had that light at the Camping with Mates? Was it Jamie? I'm tipping it was Jamie's light. Justin Dillon is on, everyone. Justin Dillon. 2 long hours about politicians. No, I talked about some King stuff. Justin, are you going to the Victorian camp up or not? Are you going to the Legends for Charity? You live down there. We'll put him on the spot now. Is Justin Dillon going to the Legends for Charity, everyone? Speaking of Legends for Charity, what are they doing? What's happening? Has anyone heard from them? I'm not going. But has anyone heard from the Legends for Charity? Like, it's the 31st of January and they haven't been on this year. They need to bloody start ramping it up, guys. Steve Fuller, have you heard from them? What are they doing, mate? Got got me doubts about that one. I don't know. It's gone very, very quiet. You got to, when you're running an event like that, everyone, you got to keep promoting it, keep stoking the fire, as they say. Get people excited about it. No one seems to know what's happening. I haven't heard from them since last year, so I don't know what's going on there. Hey, is Craig from out there touring on? As you know, Craig gave us a merch pack for Christmas, and I was looking up YouTube yesterday. How good's YouTube for doing a bit of research and that? And I went, how to install a King's awning, and I saw a couple of channels come up, and I must admit I clicked on out there touring, and I didn't even look at the name of it or whatever. Craig's installing one of these same King's awnings on his four-wheel drive. He had to go and get some bar work done because of the channels on the awning are 150 mil apart, and he didn't have enough room to put the bolts in. So he had to go and get some bar work done and that up on his roof rack and that, which would have cost a bit of money. Anyway, he's trying to do what I did today and trying to get it up and get the bolts through the holes. So there's 8 bolts you got to line up, and it's bloody only one of them needs to be a mil out, and you can't get it in. So I looked at this bloke. I thought, have a look at this idiot. He's up on a big 6-foot step ladder. He's got 1 foot on the top of the step ladder and the other one over on the four-wheel drive, trying to balance this awning. And I thought, this is a recipe for disaster. This is why men don't live as long as women, everyone. Go and have a look at Craig from out there touring, putting his King's awning on, balancing 1 foot on top of his ladder, trying to put the awning on. I thought, any minute now, this ladder's going to bloody go from under him, and he's going to do himself a mischief and do some damage. See how Timmy Bates bloody ended up in hospital, up on the roof rack of his Nissan Patrol. He was 1 foot on the roof rack and one on the barn door, and apparently the barn door swung open. He did the splits and snapped his hamstring cleaning up, ended up in hospital. So yeah, us blokes, we're not real smart. So Craig from out there touring, he should join the circus and be a juggler or something. It was almost like a circus act. Go and watch it. I think it's his latest clip on how to install a King's 270 awning, and have a look at his balancing act on the ladder, and you can see why blokes don't live as long as women. Oh, funny. And then I went, that's Craig from out there touring. I went, it is out there touring. So, Craig, if you see this, you are a dead set diddly donk, mate. Oh, mate, that was funny. Timmy Bates is a legend. Yeah, Tim is. I like Timmy. He's been quiet. Tim in the season when he's on the harvesters and all that, Timmy goes quiet, everyone. But when he's in the off season, he gets in and does his camping clips. He camps nice and simple, Tim, doesn't he? Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. What is LFC? I don't know. What is LFC? Andy Pandy. I haven't heard of Andy Pandy. How are you? I haven't heard of you for a while. Where have you been, mate? What is LFC? Hopefully it's nothing, not rude or anything. LFC, I have no idea, mate. How's the off-grid system going? Yeah, good, Phil. Really good. Mate, I haven't had to use it. We haven't lost power yet. I've used it a couple of times. We had a couple of 6-hour outages, and I've used it. Yeah, it works well, mate. Elvin did a magnificent job setting that up for me. I just leave it turned on. It powers my little friggin' iTech World 12-volt power supply, which has got the extra USBs and all that in there. I just leave it plugged in, mate. So it's down to about 99% at the moment. I think the lowest I've had it's 96. So, yeah, I'm going to let it run down to 90%, and I'll just throw the solar panels out and charge it back up again on solar, mate. It's brilliant. I know when this house loses power, I can power this house all night, not air cons, but all the fridges and freezers and lights and fans can power the house all night on my shed lithium batteries. And then the next morning, charge her up using solar and the generator, mate. So, yeah, it can pump 80 amps into it. I've got 240 volt chargers. Bloody plug it in. Legends for Charity. I was just sorry, mate. Andy Pandy, Legends for Charity. What did Andy ask? I forget what you asked now, mate. Something to do with Legends for Charity. I don't know, mate. No one knows what's happening with Legends for Charity because they haven't been on all year. I've no idea. No one knows. Ed, Naz, what's happening? Keep people informed. I could probably power Innisfail for a week. Yeah, 840 amps of battery in the shed. Yeah, it's working good. I've got solar. I can charge it up using solar. It's really good. I've got a great system out there. So anyway, all right, guys, I've been on for over 2 hours. Justin Dillon said I've been on talking shit for 2 hours, 2 hours and 9. Has anyone got any questions before I go? Let you get on with your weekend. I'm not going live tomorrow morning. I'm going to have a bit of a sleep in, me and Raph. Then we're going to go out the shed with Jamil, and we're going to line those eight M8 bolts up with the 8 holes I've drilled. I've already had them in there. Yeah, just get them in there, and then once I start cranking on those Nylec nuts, it'll pull it in nice and tight. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. That little bloody Naz cut his finger off. Yeah, I saw a picture of Naz in hospital. How did he do that? How did Naz actually bloody do that? Was he with a Stanley knife or something like that? Yeah. So who was it? The thing nearly chopped his toe off with an axe at the camping with mates. Lee Firmer, wasn't it? Lee Firmer nearly chopped his bloody big toe off. Luckily, Kimmy Asa was there and ran over and patched him up, and they got him off the hospital. And Naz has done something to a grinder. He's building a caravan in his shed. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. He did it with a grinder. Dear, oh dear. Angle grinder. Was it one of the big 9-inch grinders or one of the little 3.5-inch ones? Can you do a clip on installing the awning? I'm about to install mine. Nathan? Yeah, actually, Nathan's bloody... Hey, mate, how are you? Nathan got the iTech World battery. Not the iTech World, sorry. The lead time battery on the Christmas thing and the 20-amp charger. How good are those little chargers, Nathan? The lead time 240-volt lithium battery chargers. They're bloody good little bits of kit. I got the 40-amp one. I gave the 20-amp one to my son. They're bloody good chargers. Yeah, I am, mate. I'm not going to be showing you drilling holes and all that type of stuff, but yeah, you'll see it. You'll see what I've done. I've just got, well, I'm not going to explain it now. You'll see it on the video. The video will be out maybe tomorrow night. If I get everything up and running tomorrow, install it, set it up, show you how the awning looks, and then I should be able to edit that up tomorrow afternoon and have that clip up tomorrow night. All going well, everyone. If it's not up tomorrow night, you know I've drilled the holes in the wrong spot and I couldn't get the awning on the trailer. So the box tube went in like that, guys. There's a bit of play. And I was going to put some extra steel in, and I thought if I do that, I'll never get it back out again. I want to be able to remove it if I need to. But you know what I did? I went to Bunnings today and got a couple of hardwood door wedges that goes under doors, and I'll just put it in, and I can bang that in with a hammer, and it bloody makes it really, really solid, so there's no play in it. And if I ever do need to remove it, I can just tap it out with a hammer, and they're $2.50 or something, and I can tap a new one in if ever I need to put it on again. So Jennifer G's on. Jennifer sent me some nice photos today of Robbie, one of the local helicopter mobs down there. Robbie went and checked out their helicopter. So Jennifer sent me a couple of pictures of Robbie standing near the helicopter. So good to see. Robbie had his Gidgee Gorilla shirt on. Looked really good on Robbie, the Gidgee Gorilla shirt with the big gorilla, the gorilla one. It looked really good. Hey, the plates are almost done. They should be here in a couple of months, everyone. The Mr. Buckaroony camping plates. I want you to get excited about that because I need to get $3,367 back, which I outlaid for those plates, which I'll sell the first batch or whatever, get my money back, and then after I make my $3,300 back, every cent from the plates after that are going to go to wildlife carers and stuff. There's a girl I met at the AC/DC concert, works for Bush Cats down at Kilkeven. So we're going to try and give them some money. And there's a vet down in Victoria that goes out and rescues koalas and all that type of stuff in the bushfires. Her whole shelter got burnt. She lost everything, including the animals. And she's still out there apparently in the bushfires. So I'd love to help her out. Maybe get her $1,000 or $2,000. If I sell all 500 sets of plates, we've got the chance to make thousands of dollars profit. And every cent, as you know, guys, after I get my outlay back, every cent will be going towards animal, and not so much animal shelters this time, wildlife carers. They're the people I want to help. Cedar Creek Wombat Rescue. All the people that were down there rescuing wombats and koalas, mainly the Victorian mob this time, I think, from the bushfires. So if we can help them out, you know how we rock and roll here, we try and help out animals, and if we can help out the wildlife carers. And that lady who lost her whole animal shelter during the bushfires, and she was apparently still out there rescuing koalas and all that after she'd lost everything. So wouldn't it be good to spear some money her way and help out all the people who were helping our wildlife out during the bloody horrible bushfires down there in Victoria? Justin, I haven't heard much about the bushfires. Hopefully they've settled down and got on top of them now. Every summer, Victoria, doesn't it? It's just terrible. We don't think about the wildlife, the amount of wild. They reckon those big bushfires in 2020, they reckon we lost over 1 billion koalas, wombats, kangaroos, native animals in the bushfires. Just decimated it. And here we are again a few years later, and we're losing koalas and all that type of stuff again. It's bloody terrible. Got another snake in the shed, did I tell you that? Went out this morning, big poo on the ground, and it's got fur in it. So it's obviously eaten something. Crew's here. He didn't get Crew. But I've got another snake in the shed. So I don't know what kind of snake. It's either a bloody doll's eye, one of those brown tree snakes, or I could have a small scrub python up there. The scrubbies I don't want in my shed, guys. They're the ones that go after your pets. And Crew gets out at night, and she's going to end up in a bloody snake's belly one night, that girl. She really will. So if I can find it, I'll get a video of me catching yet another snake. Anyway, how's the painting going, mate? Has the light switch recovered? No, I did go today, Rob, when I was at the hardware, getting nuts and bolts and that. I got some colour, some grey colour things. So I'm going to leave that to Roz. Roz needs to pick the colour because I went out the shed the other day. Electrician came, put a new power point in, but there was an old one. He's just moved it over. So I had to putty up and sand it down. And I went out the shed and I went, that's it. That's the same colour as in the room. So I got out, got the paintbrush, and it's about 85 shades darker than what the room is. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. It is nowhere near the same colour. And I thought, when I looked at the tin, I thought, yeah, that's it. Anyway, so I've got this dirty big dark grey patch on the wall at the moment. So I've got to match the proper colour, Rob, because I don't have it. Find out the exact colour, go and get a 1 litre can and paint over that monstrosity that I painted on there the other day because it sticks out like dog's balls. It's ridiculous. It's nowhere near the same colour. Absolutely ridiculous. Make sure, I do that. I normally leave my window down, my driver's window down in the shed, Lorna, because it's so humid and everything up here. The car smells musty if you don't air it out. But I tell you what I do. Before I jump in the BT every morning, I open her up and I look under the seats in case there's a Joe Blake under there. There will be one day. Boyd's just sent me an email. I'll check that after the live feed, Boyd. What was I going to say then? Yeah, my mate Liam, he jumped in his Hilux one morning in his rubber thongs to go into town. Something bit him on the toe. Brown snake in the footwell of his Hilux. So he's hightailed at the hospital and they put him on a drip and monitored him and thinking it might have been a Taipan or an Eastern Brown, but turns out Liam didn't get crook. It bit him on the big toe. It must have been one of those brown tree snakes. They are mildly venomous. They can make you crook, but Liam didn't get crook from it. But yeah, he got in his Hilux and went, oh, something bit me on the toe. A brown snake latched onto his big toe when he went to put the clutch in. That had frightened shit out. So that story always sticks in the back of my head, so I always check under the seats and that before I put Rafa in and before I put myself in. Imagine that, driving along, the next thing, big brown snake bloody crawls between your legs when you're doing about 80k an hour. That would not be nice. Andy Pandy reckons he's colourblind. Yeah, I am too, mate. That's why I ended up in Signals Corps in the Army, because I did that bloody Ishihara test, all the coloured dots, failed that. Then did the Farnsworth Lantern test, failed that because I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing on that. And they said, mate, you're colourblind. You can only go to catering, ordnance, signals, and medical corps in the Army. Couldn't even go to infantry. So that's how I ended up in Signals Corps in the Army, because I was colour perception 3, CP3, colourblind. And then later on, they brought out a rule about 15 years later, if you're colourblind, you're not allowed to drive an Army vehicle. And I went, bullshit, I've been driving an Army vehicle 15 years, and now you're going to tell me I'm unsafe to drive it because they think you can't see traffic lights and shit. So anyway, I went and did that Farnsworth Lantern test again. It's a basically green, red, and orange. And you look into it like this, and then they spin it, and you've got to go. There'll be 2 lights, red, 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 green, orange, green. And you've got to tell them what colour's on top and what's on the bottom. And it's about 30 different things. And you look into like little binoculars and you go red, red, green, red, orange, green. And anyway, I kind of, when I went through recruiting, I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing. I was just guessing. And anyway, I knew what I was doing the second time. After I said, I want to do that lantern test again. I had a couple of sneaky practice goes at it, I might add, down at the medical centre. One of the corporals down there, I said, you got that Farnsworth Lantern test, mate? He goes, yeah. I said, get it out. I want to have a couple of practice goes because they're going to take my Army licence off me. So I had he ran me through it a few times, and then I went, oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I was going to tell you what colours I see. Anyway, they retested me, and I passed the Farnsworth Lantern test, and they upgraded me to CP2 so I could still drive a military vehicle. But I cannot pass that. Have you ever seen it? Ishihara cards, just a bunch of coloured dots. And I go, what number's that? And I go, there's no number there. And they go, yes, there is. There's a number 8 there. And I'm going, bullshit. It's just a heap of coloured dots. I cannot pass that, everyone. Cannot pass that for the life of me. Once you're colourblind, apparently only men are colourblind, and we inherit the gene, the colourblindness gene, from our mother. But yet mum wasn't colourblind. How's that work? I don't know. So, yeah, there's a lot of people out there probably colourblind and don't know it. It wasn't until I went to join the Army I found out I was colourblind. The only way, I'll tell you where I do notice I'm colourblind, is when I used to play golf. If I hit a golf ball and the red tee went into the green grass, I'm stuffed if I could see that red tee in the green grass. But I can tell coloured lights, fine. Traffic lights and all that type of shit, I can tell that from miles away. Oh, red light, green light. But you put a red tee against... Roz will back me up here. We were at our camping once, and we're tying a gazebo up, and there was a red tie that you had to tie around. And Roz goes, I said, where's the red tie? She goes, oh, it's just like a piece of nylon tie to tie something up. She said, on the ground. I said, where? It was in the grass. Could not see it for the life of me. Roz went, right there. I'm going, no, it's not. Couldn't see it. Could not see the red piece of string in the green grass. Bizarre. So, yeah, I am colourblind to some extent. But I can see coloured lights fine, everyone. I can see coloured lights fine. People go, oh, you can't tell a red light from a green light. Well, I can. And it's not just because the red one's on the top. I can tell them from miles away what colour it is. But when you blend them all in together, I'm hopeless. I can't do it. Apparently they used to use colourblind people in World War One to spot camouflage nets, because the camouflage nets used to look different coloured to them. So they used to use colourblind, this is what I've read, colourblind people as observers in planes to pick out, because the camouflage nets used to stick out to them from the air. I don't know if that's true or not. Sounds good, but doesn't it? You don't have to be... You don't have to be colourblind to lose your golf tee, trust me. Yeah, no, I noticed that, Steve. When I used to if ever I was looking for a red tee on the green grass, hopeless. Couldn't see it. Had to use a white or a yellow tee in that. Got to the stage where I just had all these red tees left over because I couldn't find the bloody things. I never used them because I could never find them. Anyway, so yeah, people go, there's your tee there, mate. I'd be looking. I couldn't see it. They'd have to point at it before I could see it. It's weird, eh? Colour blindness is a really strange thing. And the reason you couldn't go to infantry is at night, contour lines on a map were brown. So when you're reading a military map, all the contour lines, you had to be able to distinguish the contour lines. The closer together they are, the steeper the ground was in that. And at night time, obviously, we weren't allowed to use white torches and that when you're out there. We used to get in the bottom of a gun pit with a right-angle torch with a red filter on it, and you used to have to be able to read your map using a red filter. And some colourblind people, if they're using a red filter on their torch, they couldn't see the brown contour lines. I could. So people have different degrees of colour blindness. Some people are really, really bad. I remember there was one of my diggers in the army, he couldn't tell a red from a black pen. That's how bad he was. So Stevie's name was, I still remember him. Yeah. Baldness comes from your mother's dad. Patry, I can't even say your name, mate. Pat, baldness comes from your mother's father. So Poppy was bald. Yeah, Mum's dad, Pop, was bald, and I'm going too. Look, I haven't got much on top anymore, everyone. Dad never went bald, but yeah, well, there you go. So if that's true, I started going bald when I was 20, receding hairline. Yeah, so that's from Pop, Mum's dad. There you go. Night all. I'm talking shit now. Catch us later. Thanks for tuning in. Saturday night. Let me know. Do you prefer Saturday night or do you prefer Sunday mornings? Let me know. Before I go, just put a Saturday or Sunday in the comment section, please, everyone. Night all. See you, Landy. Thanks for tuning in. HSV03. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Saturday. I don't do them in footy season on Saturday nights because there's always footy on Saturday nights, but I don't mind the Sunday morning ones. Saturday night, footy on, yeah. So, all right, I might start doing Saturday nights until footy season, which is not far away, and then I'll be back to Sundays. So anyway, John, thanks for getting up for a tinkle and tuning in. If you're still out there, mate, hope you're well. Loved everyone over there, and we'll catch you again soon, eh? Thank you, and stay tuned tomorrow night. If there's a video, if you see a video come out from Mr. Buckaroony and it's to do with an awning, you know I nailed it. You know I got it on the camper trailer or the garden trailer. Anyway, and then the next one after that, I'll do that little King's Light. I reckon they're beauties. Good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, eh? Be good to each other. Take care. We'll catch you again soon. I'm going to go and have a bloody something to eat now. I'm a bit peckish. See you later. Thanks for tuning in.